Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Spelljammer, Light of Xaryxis. I'm your Dungeon Master, Kelly. You see him, and I'm excited to be here today because we are diving further into this damn module. If you are watching for the first time or are looking for some tips on how to run this game, be sure to stick around until after the episode or in the break or whenever we talk about that. But don't forget that there is a Session 0 and 2 episodes before this that you can go check out. Now, tonight's adventure is, or early today adventure, because it's Sunday afternoon, it's a bit quick. So we're going to see, I'm not going to pad this thing out too much. I'm going to kind of go with a naturalistic flow. But this episode might be a little quicker than the last one, because it feels like there's some cool stuff here, but it's not going to take as long as last episode. I say as we begin a 9-hour session. All right. So, hope you all enjoy. Now, before we begin, let's go ahead and pass around and tell me who you are, who you're playing, and if you have any information or news to share with the audience, please do so. Let's go ahead and do a big circle, starting with Amy.
Hello, I am Amy. I usually heard the... I do. I have got... The contacts came in, and I'm so excited about them. They look so cool with the whole outfit. Yeah. I'm Amy. I use she, her, or they, them pronouns, and I am playing Mulj Plava, our plasmoid barbarian of the depths. I am very much a fan of this character, and I'm happy to play them again. And I'm excited for my vacation next week. Woo!
Nice. All right, let's pass over to Christa.
Hi guys, I'm Christa. Underneath all of this, as you can tell by my human hands, I use they, she pronouns.
You bamboozled us.
And as Millie pointed out, you can see my glasses. And so Francis has eaten a nerd.
You've consumed a nerd. We always knew you were a nerd inside, just not that you were digesting one.
Correct, yes. Yeah, I have a nerd
inside. It's a lot to digest.
Yes, so it's a lot. Yeah. But I'm playing Francis, who is our cleric of zeal and is a GIF, I don't know, however you pronounce it, and is excited to uses they, them pronouns and is excited to possibly find more of their kind. Exciting.
There aren't too many on Elos, but there could be more if they play their cards right.
Yeah, that's right. What up?
Down to Mike.
Hi everyone, it's me, Michael, going with he, him pronouns. I am Darktale's resident graphic designer, and if I made it pretty, then more than likely it's on somebody's face around here. We're playing Wrek Felnar, the goblin goblin pirate in space. Yes, we're going with that. He's a monk of the open fist, more of like smashing foot than anything, but
the open foot.
Yeah.
That's so good. All right, let's pass over to Millie.
Hey, I'm Millie. You may know me as Bunny Hearted. I'm really sleepy today. I'm a little bit sick, but I'm really excited to be here. I've been looking forward to this game all week. I cannot wait to get horribly murdered by things that we encountered last game that I will not say out loud. It'll be fine. It'll all be fine. It's wonderful. You're wonderful. I love you all very, very much. My pronouns are they and them, or she and her. And today I'm playing Tana Starbell, the exiled astral elf on a quest to find the most beautiful things in the universe. She uses she and her pronouns.
Nice. Anything to announce
You're
besides
nice.
You're nice. I was going to say that you're looking for the most beautiful things in the universe. And then she discovers a mirror. Because the beauty was within inside her all along.
I mean, I guess Rootin' Tootin' things to announce to be that on the 24th, I'm doing a charity stream for the Trans Empowerment Project, which I haven't even announced on my own channel yet. So now you're getting like a secret announcement. Wow. Wow.
All right. And finally, let's pass over, last but not least, to Kat.
Hey everyone, I'm Kat. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I am playing Cheshire. She is our glitchling star druid, and she also uses she, her pronouns.
Nice. All right. So, oh, yes.
I realized, announcement-wise, we should have announced that this morning we were doing a session 0 for a game over on Onyx Path.
We are.
So if you're up early...
or late, depending on where you are. I don't know.
True, yeah.
They were running it on East Coast time, and they're like, "Oh yeah, 11's plenty early." It's 8 o'clock on Sunday for us, Travis.
Yep. Yeah, my alarm going off at 7 this morning going, God, why it's a Sunday?
Why did I say yes to this? Yeah.
At least it wasn't costume, so.
It's not costume, but Christa and I are playing a game of Pugmire, which is a post-apocalyptic medieval fantasy game where you're all dogs, cats, and apparently turtles and rats.
Yes, you can play a gecko or or any kind of lizard, and there's different birds you can play, and I'm playing a turtle finally, and I'm so excited.
What about
Feeling
bunnies?
a little
All
bit,
that and no bunnies?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think two of us are gonna be
Yeah.
a little bit offended here. You literally have two bunny girl VTubers in the chat, and you didn't think to mention bunnies first.
There
this
aren't
is-
any, though, I don't think.
I don't think
This
so.
is clearly illegal. I
Maybe
can't
the
believe
road
you've done
section.
this.
New expansion.
This,
Yeah.
this is in fact illegal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go right, Eddie
I
Webb.
feel like this is not
and-
acceptable.
Yep.
All right. So besides that, folks,
Give me the bunnies.
couple of quick announcements. If you are watching this right now, if you're more of a podcast listener, the first episode of this podcast, this stream, I believe, is up for podcast right now, as well as the first two episodes, the session 0 and the episode 1 of our epic campaign that we ran in 2021. The Reign of Emeries is now up for podcast. It wasn't recorded for podcast, so I've had to spend a lot of time trying to remaster it so that it sounds a bit better. Because this was right when we were transitioning into like digital play because of COVID. But it's a fantastic campaign, and if you want some homebrew and like a real look at like where kind of our homebrew is headed in the future, and like what the vibe is going to be going forward when we not when we run non-modules, it's a great place to start. Besides that, a bunch of us are going to be helping raise money for where was it? It wasn't the Red Cross. Adventure Dice is running a bunch of
Cancer Society, BC Cancer, I think.
BC Cancer.
Or Canadian Cancer, maybe?
Yeah, so they're running the second weekend of October, and we're going to be over on their channel doing some stuff. I have to send them an email to say what game I want to be in, but I know Robin's in a game where she's a goblin, I'm pretty sure.
They're doing, I think her and Traz are in a pirate one, and then I'm in the Common Sense and Sensibility.
Okay, you got it in that one?
Which sounds like it is Regency era with Cthulhu elements, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, Elizabeth, go speak to Mr. Cthulhu. Still played by Colin Firth.
Yes, of course. Yes,
Of course,
yeah, obviously.
because there is only one Mr. It's just Mr. Darcy with tentacles. Also, I would also say that you could be played by Ben Nighy, whoever was,
Bill Nighy, yeah, who played Davy Jones.
Yeah,
And yes, Random, I think you're correct. Canadian Cancer Society.
Yes,
Bill Nighy is so amazing.
Bill Nighy is good, but I always think he's Bill Nye when I say it. I'm like, did I mess this up?
Yeah,
Because
same problem here. Every time y'all say it, I'm like, what?
Bill Nye the science guy and Bill Nye the tentacle guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I will apologize to everyone redeeming hydrates in the chat. It is very hard for me to do so in this.
Obviously,
everyone
you
else
just need
hydrates-
like a curly straw that goes in.
Yes, I think I need to like run something so that it comes up and like in here.
I think what you
No,
need
like
to
one of
do,
those
one that
backpacks
goes,
that are like
goes
that have the hydration
around
or
the
something.
head.
you
Yeah,
need
like
to
a bird.
borrow Michael's horned beer helmet.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Don't, but
Beer
if
helmet.
it's
Does he have
does.
it?
I thought you had beer attachments on that.
That's
No.
so funny.
Okay,
But, you know, with tape.
Yeah.
With tape,
Oh, no,
there is
I
always
can
a
for
way.
sure figure it out.
All right. So, folks, without further ado, I think it is time for us to hop into game. Thanks for everybody who's showing up in the chat right now. I don't have my laptop, so I'm not being able to monitor. What's our number right now? I'm just curious. Pop it in the chat.
39.
39. Nice.
It's
Let's get-
pretty delightful. Many
Those are
beautiful
rookie numbers. We
games
need to
there.
pump 'em
Each more beautiful than the last, but it's cyclical, so
We-
everyone just gets more and more beautiful. It's nice.
Oh, we're pumping up. We're up to 42 now. We need to get up
Yee.
to that nice
There
number.
you go.
Nice number. 109.
And you're
Yeah.
right, Demon Queen. Cat does look beautiful.
Everybody looks beautiful.
Oh,
You look beautiful.
yay.
And then the last thing I want to say before we begin is a quick thank you to our friends over at ping.gg. So ping is a tool for use by Twitch streamers and other internet streamers to allow them to broadcast in high definition video with great audio, great picture, and all this. Seeing all of the costume details on everybody is not because of Zoom. Zoom would fuzz the hell out of that and has in the past when we've used it. It is because of Ping. And thank you to our overlords at Ping for giving us access to it. One of our
AKA the wonderful Bryn.
Yep, Bryn is one of our teammates, and they are also one of the founders of Ping, so that's pretty great. So if you're looking for a good solution to high definition streaming, go check them out. They've got pretty comprehensive plans, and they're getting big, so it's a good time to join up with them. But thanks very much for letting us use the suite, Bryn. It's very sweet of you. All right. But tish. All right, so after last game, you all had a chance to take a long rest, whether or not the book says you do, because that just sounds better. Would you like a recap of where we are in the story right now?
Only if it's in a dramatic voice. I feel like I could really go for that.
For those in podcast land, I did the hand gesture, which says acting. Okay, right?
The characters escape their endangered world with the help of Captain Sartell and her ship, the Moon Dancer, and run afoul of an astral elf ship called a Star Moth. After surviving their first wild space encounter, the characters resumed their voyage to the Rock of Brawl. Along the way, they made a terrifying discovery: a mind flayer ship lurking among some asteroids. And now we return to our heroes.
Now, does anybody have any questions? So, as the dramatic announcer voice said, after escaping Elos, which was besought by these strange crystalline vines that were sucking the very life force out of the marrow of the planet, you escaped on a flying ship, captained by Elena Sartell and Flapjack, her first mate. As you flew through the stars, you thought you were in the clear, and then an astral elf ship, a star moth, engaged you, attempted to board and seize your vessel, but you valiantly fought them off, destroyed their ship, took some of them hostage, and obliterated the very haughty priest that was there. You also took a bunch of the Hazardy crew members that were working aboard the Star Moth, and had them join your crew. You looted a bunch of food from them. You did a bunch of cool stuff, and almost died in the process. Well, since then, several hours have passed, and you have spent that time learning about things about the ship, learning about how to pilot a spelljamming vessel, what a spelljamming vessel is. I'll say at this point, even you've had a few hours since then, Captain Sartell has given you a brief rundown that explains the bubbles of air that surround a ship. Because even in the medieval era, we're going to assume that you know what air is, or at least breathing space. Also, we'll kind of give you a quick rundown about gravity after your dynamic attempts to save each other's life that ended up with you getting bumped around everywhere. And she will very kind of say, well, generally, if you're going around on a spelljamming vessel, look for the nice center of mass. That's kind of where the gravity plane exists. So if you pass it, then you're upside down, and it's pretty interesting if you drop something like Mercury off the side. It gets blobby and deadly. It's very fun. So she explains things like that. And as you are sailing out toward the Rock of Brawl, a nice safe haven in the middle of wild space, let us begin our story then. Does anyone have any questions before we do that? All right. So you have all had a long rest. All of your hit points and spells have gone back. If you have to pick your spells at the beginning of the day, you should probably do that. So I know some of you are playing classes you don't normally play. Yeah, there you go.
I have to pick languages and proficiency.
Oh, you do? Yeah, because you're special.
Because I'm a dork.
It's true. You absolutely are. But these are the tales that you're here for. As you drift through the void, you're watching the stars, nebula, the purple, blue, and pink gas clouds that zip past you at millions of miles per hour. Suddenly, the ship slows unexpectedly. Around you, on all sides, colossal chunks of rock float in the void. Some of them are overgrown with vegetation, while others are bare stone. Creatures resembling jellyfish and rays glide through the spaces between them. Captain Sartell is nearby and looks about uneasily. An asteroid field. Plenty of places for pirates to hide. Keep your wits about you. And as if on cue, a vessel lurking behind a nearby asteroid comes into view. Its enormous spiral shell emerges, and it merges with an open bow, beneath which long tentacles wave as if caught in an invisible current. Sartell sucks her breath in through her teeth and whispers, "Mind flayers." And this is where we begin our tale. The Nautiloid ship is immense, quite damaged, and looks kind of like this for those who can see it. For those in podcast land or unable to see at the moment, it looks like a giant spiraling shell. Like I said, with tentacles coming out the front. However, this has taken quite a significant amount of damage. As the Nautilus-shaped vessel drifts closer, Captain Sartell lets out a visible sigh of relief. Thank the gods. It's a derelict, she says, points at its stripped weaponry, broken hull. If there were mind flayers aboard, they would have attacked us by now. Looks like somebody's already picked it over. Still, there might be something worth salvaging. Well, you lot, how are you feeling?
Better after some rest.
Oh, I'm doing fine.
Never better.
Better now that I've heard that it's abandoned.
Oh, I'm a little disappointed myself.
There might be excitement yet. Flapjack! Yes? A psychic voice kind of echoes throughout your head. What do you detect?
I have a vague feeling that there's something aboard the derelict vessel, but not mind flayers, I think. Although, as far as I understand, Nautiluses are somewhat shielded from psychic interference.
Well, the flump continues to telepathically contact you, even though he's just under the deck right now.
I don't like this. It makes me uneasy, but I don't think there's any immediate threat.
Bring the ship alongside the vessel. You find.
What?
I think it's time that we form a boarding party. Do you feel
That
comfortable doing
sounds
that?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Good.
Sure.
If you...
We are explorers of a sort.
Well,
Yes.
as before, same cut. I'll transport
what?
you to the Rock of Brawl. Yes, 40%, 60%.
Oh,
That's
cut.
fine.
And any food and supplies for the Moon Dancer that you can find. I'm particularly interested in whether or not there are any extra ballista bolts or parts to repair my catapult. My mini-bolt, as you called it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that you need accompaniment, or do you feel that you can handle it? I'd prefer to stay back
I
here with
think
the ship.
we can handle it. We're fine. We've dealt with
think
all
we'll be
sorts of
just
things
fine.
before.
Flapjack will be in communication with you in the event that we need you to rush back to the ship to defend. Perhaps this could be bait.
Very possible. Would you be all right if we establish communication in both directions? And she's going to saddle on up next to the captain and open her giant spooky spell book with a list of people's names written. If you sign here, the only thing that happens is that I can communicate with you. I know it's spooky, but that's it. It can always be erased.
I can always be erased, or the words can always be erased?
The words, right. Sorry.
Possibly both.
I need to be more specific, don't I?
Does it have to be my real name?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I believe it's more about the intent.
Let's find out. And she grabs the pen and writes Helena Nice Knockers.
Sounds good. Tana's going
It does
to
not
try
work.
to write a message. It does not work at all. Do you hear anything? Seems there's
Only
some.
the sound of my own smug pleasure.
I was quite impressed with your name.
Yes, I used to
I don't even
dance
see
on
any
that.
doors here at all. I don't know what the knockers could be.
Oh, I used to work for a door installation company.
How adorable.
That makes sense.
All right, 5.
I like those kinds of installations.
And you're not secretly a devil trying to coerce me into a bargain? You have to tell
no.
me if you are. That's the law.
I don't think that's
It's
the law,
entrapment.
but also
It's
I am not.
He's right. Otherwise, they're right. Otherwise, it's entrapment.
I will say at the present moment, I am not attempting to entrap you in anything beyond having to listen to me more if there's a crisis.
And you're not a cop.
Everyone laughs.
All right. Because if you've got to be one of the two, I have a preference, but in neither, that's fine.
Right, of course, of course.
I've never been ticketed for jaywalking by a devil, though, I'm just going to say. And
I need
she
to
will
figure out a
sign.
way to explain. Please sign your name in my spooky book that I pulled from the gap between the stars. That doesn't sound alarming.
I mean, you do also refer to it as your spooky book.
That I pulled, but that's what it is. How else do it's spooky? Look at this thing.
You could also introduce it
I
as.
don't know what the problem is. That sounds like a.
Yeah, you could introduce it something like, oh, this is the book that I used to be able to communicate with people, and in order
Your
to do
communication
that,
manifest.
this is my communication manifest. In order to use it effectively, I
Write
just
that
need
down. Hang
a
on.
signature.
You will hear in your head communication manifest in order to use this effectively.
Well, it looks like Captain Elena Sartell works, because I just heard that.
Oh, brilliant.
Good.
You could also call it your hit list.
No, that's worse, actually.
Autograph?
Noted. It does seem much worse, actually.
Autograph book works.
Put a picture of a mouse on the front of it, perhaps.
That one feels a little bit more openly coercive, and I try not to be openly. Wait. I try not to be coercive.
There you go.
I mean, you
Talking
do what
about
you
being
gotta do.
coercive, why don't we go coerce whatever's on that ship to be
Sounds good,
Ours?
baby.
not to be
That
ours?
sounds like fun.
Do you think it's a good idea that we go over there? I hate to think that we're over there and this ship gets attacked by mind flayers, because this group seems like they'd be completely unarmed.
We've got a couple, and we've got the Hazardy, but if they do come over, that's why I said Flapjack will be able to broadcast any message to you to tell you to get your asses back here. Hopefully with a load of treasure.
Hopefully.
No, I mean,
Fingers
none of you
and
seem to have two brain cells to rub
Punches
together.
just crossed.
Who are you saying that to, Goblin?
Exactly. Okay, let's go.
I'm sure it will be fine.
You're a credit to your species, Wrek.
I wish I could say the same about you.
You don't even know what species
Why
I
are you
am.
like this?
He's got a little man complex, it's fine.
What? Hang on, I'm gonna come do a little small pat on your head. Do you have a small person complex? Are you mad because you're short? Do you want to go stab some baddies?
Let's go stab some baddies.
Sounds good. Otherwise, you stab me. Let's go.
Does the man want his happy slices?
I want happy slices.
Well, if
Wait,
you
I
have...
didn't realize happy slices were an option.
If we find a watermelon, I will be ecstatic.
Well, I'll have orange
It happens.
slices and, well, Gatorade for you. The aid from a gator.
Fantastic.
Gator ale.
Gator ale.
Gator ale. I'm writing that down. That's going to the future.
Absolutely.
Gator ale. And
Robin, in
power
the chat,
ale.
we need a Gator ale.
Mike, make a logo.
Yep.
All right. As you prepare to board, the ship drifts closer, moving along the edge of the Nautilus. Nautiloid, I should say. And as it does, you will see something a bit unexpected. A young human man steps out onto one of the front battle decks near a broken ballista. He waves his arms to grab your attention and seems to be in a bit of distress. Although until the ships come closer, the sound will not travel between vessels because the air pockets have to touch for that to work. He is covered in blood, his clothes are quite ripped, and he's quite beaten up. The ship drifts closer, and as the air pockets seal themselves together with a slightly disconcerting feeling in any of you who have eardrums, Mulj, you just kind of vibrate a little like a Jello mold that's been slapped.
Beautiful.
It doesn't feel great, but everyone else has that kind of like, ah.
And I'm just like vibing. A little bit of pressure.
You're just vibing. Everybody starts hearing David Bowie in the background because you're all under pressure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hello there! Hello! Thank the gods you're here.
Which gods?
Whichever are here. Whichever you come from. I'm Bonoto Kralazar, and my ship was attacked by Nyogi. The crew are dead, but a few are still. There are still a few survivors on board. Thank God you're here.
Dramatically point to a wand at them. You gotta promise not to flay our minds, okay?
Yeah, is this a trap?
A trap? I shan't flay any minds. Or anything else, really. I just need healing and hopefully some transport out of here. Please, my brother's downstairs and he's very injured.
Just gonna stare at Francis, expecting some sort of decision.
How close are the ships, Kelly?
Right now, about 20 feet apart, like a 20-foot gap between the boarding areas.
And I guess with that, Cheshire is going to float on over.
Okay. So you are going to be able to touch down right next to the broken ballista.
If it's a trap, wait for us
That's okay.
before you spring it.
Yeah.
I swear, lady, there's no trap here.
Seems fine to me.
Well, all right then.
Francis will. It said it's 20 feet, right?
Yep, it's about 20 feet, about 15 now. It's closing pretty quick. Soon you'll be about 10 feet, which is about as close as the two vessels can reach near each other.
Yeah. Once it's that, Francis will take a bit of a 2-step jump.
Okay. You'll easily be able to float across it and land. There's enough of a perch from the side of the moon dancer that you'll boom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gosh, that's
good.
fun.
Tana will follow them. Oh my gosh, jumping with my body. This is so neat. Hooah!
All right.
Francis will catch her if she's going off course a little bit.
Quite likely.
And Mulj will hop over once the ships are close.
Thank you so much.
Can I look this person over?
Mhm.
Like, maybe do like a medicine check or something on them?
Please do, yeah. Oh, hello there.
Hi, my name is Cheshire.
Bonotto. This has been quite an awful set of weeks. My brother and some of the other humans on board were picked up by the mind flayers. We were kept as livestock.
I got a 15, Kelly.
He looks a little malnourished, but most of the blood, like, he's a little bloodstained, but it looks like most of his cuts are superficial. Like, giving a quick look at them, like, he's doing okay. He's a little banged up, but nothing that requires, like, magical healing or anything like that. He just mostly needs food and a good night's sleep.
Okay. I don't think I would have brought any food from the ship, actually.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're gonna be just fine. So,
Do we... Hang on.
So
I'm going to write a
brothers
message to
downstairs?
all of you.
Yeah.
Do we send him back
Please, I can take you to where my brother is.
to the ship? Or do we leave him here?
Can we think back to you?
Yep. It's just, it's a spell sending, basically. I just have it as a forever cantrip for anyone in the book.
Cool.
yeah, let's just. Why don't we go down with them and see where we're going to go? See what's
Yeah.
happening here, and then go from there.
I agree.
Sounds
All right.
plan-shaped.
All right, and then she's going to speak with him. Yeah, let's go take a look at your brother.
Thank you. I am forever in your debt. We were being kept as cattle, and well, we thought we were saved. A few days ago, a gith vessel, the Githyanki, I think they're called, came and they savaged the mind flayers, and then they left us. Said that we weren't good enough for salvage, but not before having their fun with us.
Ouch.
Did they look like me?
No, Githyanki. They kind of looked like reptilian elves, patchy skin and all the
Oh,
bad bits.
odd.
Let's see. So he is on the battle prow right now.
Also, for those of you wondering, Christa did hear and knew what Githyanki are, but Francis has only just recently heard the name Gif,
Yeah.
and so thus they are confused.
Acting.
Exacting. Character choices.
Are you telling me you are pretending to be the person you are portraying? Goodness.
Shocking.
I'm lying to all of you. I'm not really a hippo.
And I'm not really a slime.
Well, now you're lying to us. You are really a slime.
Gasp.
All right. So with that, he will turn and lead you up a side set of stairs, like the center stairwell that takes you kind of up toward the guts of the vessel. Toward the battle deck. Sorry, just making sure that I have this ship in mind correctly. I do have some thoughts on how this is arranged, by the way. I think they've spread this module throughout 3 books, and it makes it really difficult because they're like, oh, just use the map that's in the astral book. And I'm like, so I have to cross-reference 3 things to know where you guys are at any given time? Don't 100% love it, but we'll see how it goes in the future. He takes you through, and as he does, the atmosphere is different. There's a wetness to the inside of the nautiloid. And although it's damaged, the areas of the ship are dimly lit. There are flickering bioluminescent bulbs mounted to the walls, hanging from the ceiling, that just slowly pulse and flicker, casting dark shadows everywhere. Enough that you can all see, though. The walls are fleshy and writhe with organic tissue. They're still at the moment. But as you reach the door, the first doors that you see, you can see that they are puckering organic passages. For lack of a better word, the doors are sphincter, like, and will pucker
Ooh.
and shift back open with a as you push or pry at them. It literally, I don't mean like
to check something. Mulj's gonna go up to one of the walls and touch it and see if they can digest it. For science.
Yeah, you'll feel like a tiny bit of protein transfer, but it's the equivalent of like the difference between chewing on beef jerky and chewing on bark.
Yeah.
Given enough
Probably
time.
a little easier to digest. Is it easier or harder to digest than actual wood? Because that's a problem that plasmoids apparently sometimes have.
It's harder than eating wood.
Just out of curiosity.
The wall is also like mingling with like shell material. Because this actually is
Ooh,
a
that's
nautilus. Okay.
Do you just try and eat everything?
You don't?
No. I mean, I guess it's kind of more how you see
I'm
the world.
pretty sure
isn't
that
it?
they haven't tried to eat me yet.
Well, I mean, I haven't tried to be eaten either, but
Not intentionally.
it's just interesting, I guess.
Science.
Suppose
I mean, I guess I don't have skin, so.
I did try to wake
There
him
we
up
go.
once, but
Hmm.
never again.
You step further onto the observation platform that he walks you on. You can see that there are several things about this. The splintered remains of a mangonel, one of the tiny pults. You saw it lies on the forward deck, perhaps enough that you could use to repair Captain Sartell's. As well, there are piles of ammunition strewn about. Ballista bolts, mangonel stones. All in all, a few dozen of each. Those will be useful in the future.
Well, Sartell will be happy at least.
It's just...
Absolutely.
Benotto walks forward, stepping around a dilating hole in the floor that releases down into a cargo bay below. This organic door is partially pried open, and it looks like hooks and rope were used and fixed to parts of the walls to keep it pried open for easy access. The rope connected to the southern wall that's holding it open is straining slightly as the door tries to shut itself. It's just up here. We took succor in the bridge, trying to see if we could find a way out, but we had no luck. Perhaps you can get the spell-jamming helm working. Are any of you spellcasters?
Sort of.
Good. Well, this way. And he'll lead you up the stairs that are in the center of the floor up to the next floor.
Francis will have his warhammer at the ready, kind of just over his shoulder, but ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah, and during this little process, Cheshire's quarterstaff will have found its way off of her back and into her hand, just kind of ready at her side.
Sounds good.
Way less cool. Also a wand.
Does anybody
Way
have what's marching order up the stairs? So it's Francis followed by.
Yeah.
Muljh would
Probably
follow
Cheshire.
pretty closely.
Yeah.
Yeah, not following closely at all, so maybe next is Tana.
Okay, and then where's Wrek?
Is there another set of stairs there?
That goes down into the vessel. Yes.
Yes, perfect. He's going that way.
by himself.
Amazing.
I think there's a
Okay.
whole song about splitting the party.
Yeah, there is.
Do it all the time at all possible moments?
Apparently.
I do believe that's similar to how it went, perchance.
All right, so Wrek wanders off by himself. Does anyone notice?
Ooh, do you want, I could do a
I guess
perception.
if I'm at the back now, I can see if I notice.
Cool. Just Wrek, are you trying to stealth away?
Actually, yeah, because I've got the nimble escape ability, so I can use my disengage or hide as a bonus action. So he'll probably be headed towards the stairs, and the last second veer away and just kind of be gone.
Okay. So what you'll do is you'll make a stealth roll against Tana's passive perception.
Okey-dokey.
Sure. It's just not great.
Okay.
Oh, lovely.
All right.
Sneaky peeky.
23.
23, that's going to beat her passive perception. Absolutely.
I think it does, yes.
Okay. So you are going to find yourself going down several layers of stairs, like about 2 flights, moving down into the bowels of the ship. This stairwell does not actually exit on the deck beneath it, but actually goes down 2 whole flights to the very
Wrek's
bottom.
gonna lower his goggles of night so he gets like double night vision in case there's no lighting down here.
Sounds good.
Ah, this is so funky.
All right. So, Wrek, we'll stick with you for a minute. So, you head down and find a smell rises up to meet you. Before you, you see the rotting corpse of a headless mind flayer amidst the hacked up corpses of 3 hulking creatures with blood-spattered white fur. It looks like someone or something has been feeding off these things.
Ah, look at this mess. Okay, this is probably not a good thing. He'll probably call out in a rather hushed voice, like, if there's anything down here that's gonna eat me, please don't eat me.
Okay.
Nothing? Okay, well, I guess there's nothing down here then. And he'll turn around and kind of scoot back up the stairs.
Okay. As you say that, you are going to hear a slight groan from the other side of the wall behind you.
Oh, hello? Anyone need help?
Make me a perception roll if you're trying to listen around. Oh, and thank
that's
you,
not
Lady Liliana, for showing up with all the Hurt the Morse.
Oh, not just Lady Liliana. I think we have what,
I got 12.
6 or 7 of them in total.
Oh, I saw second gen. Oh god, it's all of a sudden. How many? 5 total? Okay. You got a what?
We have 6, I believe.
There
I got
should be a
12.
total of 6 hurt them more. We had one earlier.
You are going to hear a slight groan coming from further down the hall, actually from the pile of bodies. It's not the groan of like someone breathing or someone moving, but it's the scraping sound of something grinding underneath the bottle or the pile of corpses. Something is glittering as well inside of your goggles. The Mind Flayer is wearing something quite shiny, actually. And it looks like it's what's scraping against the floor as the ship kind of bobs a little back and forth.
Oh. I guess if there's no one down here, no one's gonna eat me, then, you don't mind if I get whatever this is? Yeah, no problemo? All good? And he'll kind of tippy-toe, kind of cartoonish style over towards it.
Sounds good. taking a look down, there is a very shiny breastplate wrapped around the beheaded mind flayer. It's embossed with tentacles and looks pretty stylish, actually. It's lucky that mind flayers have a humanoid physique, because this would fit most of your party. Might even fit you if you wore armor. You don't need armor.
Nah. Oh, this might be useful. Grab hold of it and start trying to wrench it free.
Sounds good. What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is...
Cool.
Where is it?
Spend to hurt them more. Perfect.
16.
16? Behind you, you'll hear a groaning noise. But it's not the sound that reaches out to you. It's the smell, like a window being opened. The stench of rotting flesh, even stronger than the pile of corpses here, rolls out, wafting around you like a keen miasma. And that's when you start hearing from behind you, as well as the sound of grinding bone and flesh. You want to roll me initiative?
Sure.
Cool. You heard him at least, so that's good.
Oh. I just rolled a Dark Tail, so that's a 20.
Oh, nice. So now it's going to be a nat 20. So what we're going to do is we're going to do initiative tracker here for Mike there. Okay. So you're going to hear that behind you. And then we're going to cut back upstairs. Upstairs. Benedetta takes you around the way and moves you over into the bridge toward the stairwell that takes up into probably the... I mean, who knows with nautiloids like this? Such strange vessels. They're just a bit further. Samo? Where were you? Well, they were here a moment ago. He looks around kind of feverishly and jogs up the lower stairwell. From on this floor, when you step in, you're going to notice that the bridge floor here has a high ceiling with stairs that kind of swoop up to the left and to the north and to the south, up into the deck above. There's also a ladder that climbs up along the edge of the balcony, and from here, you can see that it looks like the actual bridge portion, like the captain's chair, is on an overhanging balcony that kind of juts out into the floor. So picture the room as like a giant oval with like almost like a high dive structure kind of through the middle of it, from which you can control it and do all sorts of like captain-y stuff. And there is a ladder that reaches up to there, as well as two stairwells that lead up to probably a front assault platform, something for the officers to look off. It's kind of hard. That area is actually obscured because of the shell-shaped structure of the vessel. And for nice and easy stuff, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to swap us to a map frame. And I am going to... So all of you should be able to see in roll 20. And I will quickly just give an explanation. So a nautiloid is shaped kind of like, as I will put on the screen right now. So, as you can see, you entered through the very center bit right here. You then moved around the cargo net and then up and are presently in this room where there are a pair of ladders that lead up to this deck, as well as a pair of stairs that lead up to this front bit right here. Okay? It's kind of a weird design to explain, so I wanted to make sure that we drew attention to the map for this, and I will remove this from the podcast version. So, very, very large, very in charge, and very weird. Whereas, as we see, Wrek has gone all the way down to the bowels of the ship, so is basically on the very bottom floor as far as he can tell, and as far as the audience can tell, because, there's only so much map. Okay. And with that, Bonotto is going to try to go up and look for his missing kin a bit higher up on the ship on that other deck. What are you all going to do in here?
Mostly look for an ambush.
Okay. What's everybody's... So you're going to look for an ambush. What's everybody's passive perception, first of all? Tana, you said you're actively looking, so why don't you roll me your perception instead of
Sure,
passive.
it's probably going to be worse than my passive.
My passive is 12.
12? Okay.
17.
It was worse than my passive. I have a total of 7.
Okay. All right, and just one moment. Here we go, and... I can never find things when I need them, unfortunately. Okay. All right, so stepping into the room, you are going to take a quick look around. Where are you? Let's go through the list from first up. So Francis, where are you headed? Are you following him as he goes up the stairs?
Probably slowly, like he's just kind of trundling along and being like, yeah, I'll get up there when I get up there. And kind of looking around as he goes.
Okay. Works for me. And, all right. Mulj, where are you headed inside of here?
I think if the person's going up the opposite side of one set of stairs, Mulj's gonna check out the ones on the other side.
All right, sounds good.
It's available to
the
ascend.
north, okay. And
Yeah.
so, and then Cheshire. Are you headed to the north or the south? That's all I need to know about from you.
I'm gonna go to the north.
Go to the north. So you are going to round the corner, and the moment you round the corner, you are going to see something lumpy and flesh-like beneath the northern stairwell. The creature there looks to be about medium-sized, but is an 8-legged worm-like creature dressed in purple and white vestments, like a priest worm, and it is bracing to, you can see like its muscles shivering beneath its gray flesh. And I would like an initiative roll from everyone.
We're
Ooh,
gonna
boy.
fight a worm. Worm fight.
Ooh.
Worm fight. Ooh, that's not too bad. I don't know if I have decks.
In chat. Pretty reasonable initiative for a Tana.
All right, pop it all in the chat, please.
Definitely forgot that Francis has a -1 to dex.
It's so good. It's so good. Okay, let's just quickly check that. Boop. All right, so going through initiative list, we have Tana with a 22, followed by, followed by Cheshire, followed by, wow, you guys rolled really well comparatively.
Yeah.
So we've got Mulj and Francis tied, and then there is, let's see, I don't know why I thought his name was that. So Bonotto rolled way bad. 1, 2, 3. Okay. As this is occurring, we are going to enter combat as something shivers and pushes out from beneath the stairwell, and it's at that point that you are going to see not one, not two, but 4 of these strange creatures emerge out and prepare to charge. Cheshire, you may act as normal. Everybody else is going to be caught in a surprise round the first round. And they are going to charge. Cheshire, are you going to say anything?
Watch out!
That's probably the right thing to say. There's going to be an explosion of action, and they are going to take their turn. But first, we're going to cut back downstairs where... Go. You are going to be able to look over your shoulder, Wrek, and see that you are no longer alone. There is a creature that has snuck up to this doorway as you have found yourself in the center of the room, picking up that... There we go. Picking up that... that breastplate. The creature behind you is gray-furred and built kind of like a giant gorilla with lizard traits. Its claws are long and sharp, and it looks down at you with a furious hunger. What do? You are first. There's blood smeared against its white fur across its mouth.
I asked if there was anyone down here. You lied to me! And he'll probably close to it and give it a swift kick.
That sounds good. All right, so charging over to it, go ahead and make me some attack rolls.
Doogie. Some dice here.
Yeah, they look like a cross between like a troll and a cat and a monkey. They're definitely not my favorite monster.
I don't think I'm going to put any points into this yet until I see what kind of damage I do to it. So I'm just going to take my 3 normal attacks on it.
Okay. Well, you can always take your first 2 attacks and then decide to spend a key point for flurry of blows.
That's true. Yeah, let's do that, because I'll just see if it is actually taking any hits. If it's not really enjoying getting hit, then I might have to crank it up.
Then you can always save your key point to just get out. Step with the wind out of here if you don't like what you're seeing.
So I got 19 and 24.
Those are both hits. Do me a favor, roll me damage.
Okay. 2, 3. So it's going to be 8 and 7.
8 and 7 total with your dex bonus added on top as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's nice, easy math for me. All right, smashing into this creature, there's going to be a couple of spatters of blood that kind of are going to pop out through where the skin has been wrenched by the force of your boot, and this creature is going to snarl at you and throw its arms wide to attack. What do you do with the rest of your action?
Oh, that's unfortunate. So he'll use his last one to give it a kind of reverse mule heel strike to the jaw, hopefully stun it with a stunning strike.
Okay, here's hoping.
Let me spend a point. And 14, so it's 21.
That's gonna be a hit. All right, con save. I rolled an 18, so he is not gonna be stunned.
Oh, darn it.
You hit him, he stumbles back and is going to lunge at you. How much damage was that?
Damage is 10.
10? Oh, so close. All right, he is going to lunge at you and take 2 slashes. I'm gonna spend a hurt the more for advantage on the first one because he angry.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And that's gonna be a 12. That's not gonna hit.
Yeah, you need 17.
Well, I rolled a 17 on the other one, but I wasted a point, so that's fun. All right. You are going to take 8 points of slashing damage as he lunges at you and rakes claws along your shoulder and neck. Blood is going to splash onto the ground. And with that, we are going to swap back upstairs. All right, rest of the party. Tana, you are caught by surprise. Cheshire, you are not, however. What do you do, Cheshire?
Guiding bolt at 3rd level. At the first one that I can see.
So the first one that you can see is the one that is directly under the north stair.
Okay.
And go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Coming right up. That's going to be a 18.
An 18 is most likely going to hit. 18's going to hit.
All right, so that's going to be at 3rd level, so that's 66.
Okay.
Oh my god, okay. That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 32 points of radiant damage.
Ooh. Okay.
As she flicks her Q staff out at this thing and yanks a spell out of her crystal and shoots it down at this thing.
Okay. That is going to fly across the floor, slamming into this worm-like creature. That is going to. This thing has a mouth on it, like right around the front, kind of like. Well, it looks like this for those who can see.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It is like a mixture of like a worm and a horse, but its lips are kind of chapped and circular under these normal-sized needle teeth, kind of looking like the plant from Little Shop of Horrors, kind of like Audrey 2, that type of puckery lip.
Huh.
But you're going to fire into it, slamming into it with a bolt of energy. Now, was that was guiding bolt?
That was guiding bolt, yeah.
Okay, so the next attack on that one has advantage.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bonus action activate Starry Form.
Okay.
For the damage dealer Archer.
Damage dealer. All right, sounds good. Mulj, you're caught off guard. Francis, you're caught off guard. Bonotto is going to turn back down at you. Francis is going to give you like a really terrified look. What's going on?
It's a fight broken out. Ha ha ha!
Oh, you want to fight? And can you make me a wisdom save?
Damn it. That's gonna be not very great. But I think I have determination?
Yes, you do.
Okay, in that case... Sorry, navigating is real hard in this thing. Wisdom is... Oh, well, that's a 15. Yeah, I'm going to use my determination and add an extra 3 to make it 18.
Okay, you are going to feel a little bit of feedback inside of your skull as he looks down at you, kind of like with a raised eyebrow and a squint and a turn up of his mouth, like...
Sorry, were you trying to do something?
All right, and that's going to be his turn. The one that you just blasted, Cheshire, is going to snarl and charge at you. Actually,
that makes sense.
No, it's not. It's going to look at you, and it's going to ask you to make a wisdom save.
Oh, then I'm going to do that thing instead. Okay.
And I'm going to spend a hurt them more to give you disadvantage.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Gotta use those 7.
Oh, do I have 7? I thought I only had 6. There we go.
Back
Oh, yeah, you
7,
spent 1. Okay. That didn't actually make a difference because I rolled 2 14s plus 7 is 20.
Okay. So you'll also feel feedback inside of your mind. And as that happens, another one is going to leap out and take a bite at Mulj. I'll pronounce your name before the last game, I promise. All right, so it won't have advantage on you, Mulj, but it will make a bite attack, which is a crit. And we'll make 2 claw attacks. The bite attack is going to lash out at you. This worm wraps its teeth around you. That is going to be 12 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And is going to claw you with a 17 and a 7. So the 17 will be a hit.
Yeah.
Okay, and oh, it could have rolled way better on that. That's going to be 5 points of slashing damage. Oh, pardon me. No, I need to learn how to do math. 3 points of slashing damage as this worm-like creature kind of rounds the corner, goes and bites into you, taking a chunk of your slime off, like taking a bite of Jello. And with that, that is going to be that one's turn. The other two are going to charge the big one and all attack Francis. Now, Mulj, real quick, just so I know, you are not vulnerable to piercing damage or resistant to it, are you?
No, it's poison and acid damage that I have resistances to, and I don't have my rage activated at the moment.
You do not. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you. That is always surprise the barbarian. Always 100%. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna roll a bunch of dice. Okay, that is going to be a 20 and a 13, and then a nat 20 on Francis.
Oh, bugger.
Okay.
The 13 does not hit.
Okay, so that's 2 hits. So the 20 and the 20 are gonna hit. Then a 21, a 9, and almost a Dork Tails, but only an 11. So that is So that is
4.
So a bite, a crit claw, and a bite are going to hit you.
Wasn't there a 4th one?
No, it was an 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, there are only 3 attacks, but 1 is a crit. The first one is going to rush you, biting into the side of your thigh, and that is going to be for a total of 7 points of damage. The next is going to turn around and bite you from behind for another 5 points of damage. However, as you are being bit in the ass by the one that is ran around your side, the first one is going to bury his claws in you at a very sensitive juncture. Say like upper thigh, nice sensitive. Oh, you know what? Calf wounds suck. And that's going to be not terrible, actually. It's only going to be 6 points of slashing damage as these claws rake down your calf. And that is the end of my round. Now we are going to pop back downstairs to see how Mike's doing. So, Wrek, this creature in front of you is snarling. It's pretty beaten up. You are a little scratched up from its blow. What do you do?
Why won't you die? And he'll just go and continue pummeling it where he can.
Okay, sounds
I think
good.
This time I'm going to include my Fury of the Small, which allows me to cause +3 hit points of damage on one of my attacks. So I'm going to aim for the delicate bits.
The nose.
The nose is definitely delicate. It knows.
I mean, when you're kicking, yeah.
I'll hit it my first 2 shots and then see if it's gone down by the 3rd, and if so, I'll try it.
Give me your first 2. What do you got?
First 2 gives me a 27 and a 24.
Okay, those are both gonna be hits.
Okay. And that hits with a 7 and a 6.
7 and a 6.
So I'm going to add 3, so actually the first one's a 10 for my Fury of the Small.
Okay. Ooh, it is very, very badly wounded. You can see that, like, its ribs are starting to push through the meat of its chest from where you've punctured its lungs with the broken bones. It leers back, and I'm going to spend a hurt them more for it to animalistically swipe at you. I don't know if it's going to hit.
Third attack? Do I get my 3rd attack?
You will after this. I'm gonna spend a hurt them more to intercept, and that will hit you. So take your 3rd attack. These are gonna happen same time, like a samurai movie.
Okay, well, I'm going to dump my flurry of blows into it to give me a couple shots on it. Probably taking a step back to like crack my neck and go, okay, now you're gonna go down.
Okay. Oh, that could have been way more damage.
Oh, those aren't good rolls. 14 and 13.
14 and 13?
Yeah.
That's going to hit.
Ah.
Both of them are going to hit.
Oh man, I am not rolling good. So that's going to be 5 and a 7.
5 and a 7. Okay. How do you do this? It lunges at you, trying to like slash you in half. And as it does, what do you do?
Probably jump up in the air and go and hammer both of my feet into either side of his ears on at the same time.
Perfect. Collapsing his skull in on itself. Like just kind of crushing it in. A spurt of blood comes out the front of the skull. And as you land on the ground, it's going to die directly in front of you. That was a brilliant kill. Good job. You feel
to
very...
look around to see if anyone else noticed and went, ah, crap.
And that's when you realize there's some blood dribbling down on the floor.
Oh.
Take 13 points of slashing damage across your gut.
Oh, damn.
Looking down, you're going to see that it has rent a chunk out of you.
I'm almost half my hit points.
Yeah. That was a pretty good fight for a single character, by the way. Good job. All right. Meanwhile, are you going to use any movement?
Bitches.
You going to go visit your friends or keep looking around?
I'm going to go back and grab that breastplate and get hold of it and then go back running upstairs saying,
okay.
We got problems.
Okay, so I'll say that you are on the stairwell up. The stairwells are probably... What's your speed?
My speed is 40 feet.
40 feet, so you'll be about halfway there.
Okay.
All right, back at the top deck. Now it is everybody's turn. Tana, you have initiative. What would you like to do?
Oh gosh, horrible things. You said there's an overhang above us, right? Like that's where the captain's chair sort of
thing is. There is,
yes. How high above us is that?
Let me just double check that. So the distance
more than 30 feet.
That is a great question. Let's find out in something that gives me measurements. Well, that would have been nice if it gave me measurements. I'm gonna say that it is... Hold on, I'm having to do some quick math. Okay, the size of the cargo deck is 10 feet. It is exactly 30 feet above you if I use the cargo deck as a measurement to measure how tall it is. Or the cargo.
Okay, brilliant. That sounds good. So Tana has now been ambushed by the least beautiful thing she's encountered ever, and betrayed by this jerk guy. So obviously, she'd like to get away from them. So she's going to scream, "Oh my gosh, these are the worst!" Starlight step herself up to the 30-foot top area above us, and put 6 levels into a wand of magic missile at the dude who betrayed us.
Okay.
So
he is definitely visible.
9d4 plus 9. We'll see how that roll works.
Okay. You find yourself, just so you know, you will suddenly and reappear standing at a captain's chair posed at the end of a catwalk so that you can look down on the bridge floor. Green glowing maggots crawl over the chair's current occupant, which is a headless mind flayer corpse.
I very much anticipate her doing this dramatic thing, then turning around like, who watched this? And then seeing this horrid, even worse thing. That is 37 damage according to Roll20.
Holy shit. 37 damage is...
Wand of Magic Missile is great.
It is.
It absolutely is. So 37 minus a number is... I'm going to spend if something good happens because that's funnier. Okay, so they're going to slam into this guy. How do you want me to take it, or do you want to take it over?
I mean, I can describe her end if it helps to decide what happens on his, because on her end everything is connected to the book for her, right? So she's going to open it up and pull basically like tiny murderous inky bits of star that sort of leave this horrid trail as they cut through reality to slam into this dude, but like thousands of them.
And they're going to slam in, and you're going to see him start to inflate like a balloon, and it's at that point that you realize his human form isn't inflating, but the worm-like creature under his disguise self spell is going to start inflating deflating through his illusory flesh, and he's just going to go,
He was always a worm.
"Oh man, this sucks," and he's gonna explode all over Francis. I feel like he should drop a
Amazing.
shit, like one of those, right? But yeah, Tana, he is
well
dead
done,
to rights.
Tana.
All right,
So
and
I guess you'll do well done, Tana. Then you hear a like screech from upstairs as she turns around and sees the thing behind her.
and as you know what, make me a dex save,
Sure.
because you're not particularly dexterous.
Oh no, she is particularly dexterous.
Oh,
but
she?
I rolled a 1.
Well, you're not particularly dexterous according to the dice. As you stumble back, you're going to end up putting your hand, or what ends up in the mind flayer. I need to know this.
I think probably turning around, like grabs her book and wants to turn around to like pat a friend on the shoulder on instinct, so just puts her whole hand directly in like the neck and the slime and the goop of the remnants of this mind flayer.
Okay,
Just
the
like
mind
full body, full hand plop sounds.
the mind flayer corpse is going to tremble and then erupt as all of the insects that are devouring it explode out of its paper thin corpse. Cool. Rolling initiative for the swarm of
Oh
insects.
no.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. So that is beautiful. I love it.
Darn
All
it.
right.
This is what she gets for being so delicious.
So you're just a snack. All right, back on the floor, Cheshire. It is your turn. The one that you struck before is still glowing with energy from where you struck it with your guiding bolt. What do you do?
I am going to I am going to bonus action use my Starry Form attack. So that's going to be a ranged spell attack, and that'll have advantage on this. So that's going to be a 26 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
And then that's, oh my god, I can't read words right now. That's a 1d8 plus thingamajig. So that's going to be 7, 8, 9. It's going to be 14 radiant damage on this one.
Okay, 14 radiant damage. Perfect.
Yeah. And then she is going to... Yeah, then she's going to close the distance and whack it with her quarterstaff.
You can close the distance. You are on your way. Hit it with your stick. All right, make me an attack roll. Let's do this.
All right, here we go.
I still have one.
And that's going to be a 14 to hit.
14 to hit is going to be a miss.
Oh no! Crap. Okay.
All
So
right,
she's gonna take a swing at this thing.
Okay. All right, and it's going to step out of the way and is going to look at you and psychically pulse in your head. Lame. You're lame. I don't like you. Mulj, it's your turn.
Awesome. Okay, so Mulj is got a friendo on one side. Right in front
Worm
of them,
or
right?
Cheshire? Yes, Cheshire and Worm are right next to you, and you choose who's
Okay.
your friend.
I think that Cheshire's probably my friend, so I want to attack the worm that's in front of me. That's the one that attacked me earlier, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It has
Okay, I
a
would
big
like
chunk
to-
of you still dribbling out of its mouth, and you can see like there are like worm-sized teeth marks that have chunked out of the side of your hip.
So I would like to rage,
Makes sense.
because I take offense to that, and then I would also like to attack recklessly.
Also,
Okay, and I'm
and
just gonna
last
punch you.
episode, the wording for reckless attack is written very strangely. But the way that it works is you get advantage on all of your attacks, but you have to use your first attack recklessly, or you can't break it up like most attacks.
Yeah.
So that is the way it works. Thank you for Robin for pointing that out to me, because I've always been kind of iffy with that. So if you're reckless attacking, give me 2 advantage attacks on this guy.
Yeah, because I have my extra attack as well. Okay, so first attack is dirty 20.
Okay.
And a 25.
That's gonna hit.
Yeah.
The chat.
Okay.
That's Millie. Millie, you're saying global warming. Why are you doing that?
I accept only partial blame. This was in response to Trizalta saying global warming.
Oh my god.
I gotta put you guys.
I hate it.
together.
I hate it. I hate these things.
Okay. And then I believe that makes it 24 bludgeoning damage total. And I remembered to add my +2 from.
You added your +2?
rage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 24 bludgeoning damage are going to slam into this worm, who is going to take it, actually, and still be on its many, many feet. You're going to get a psychic pulse in your head being like, what? That all you got?
Just like angry noises. That's all.
Nice. All right, anything else that you're doing with your turn?
No, I'm not going to do anything else.
All right, so Francis, you're up, and the next round you can decide if we're switching.
Oh, well, you brought a couple extra friends. Let me introduce you to mine. And he's gonna,
There's a moment where you gotta look back over your shoulder and realize that he's not there anymore because he exploded.
Point stands.
All right.
He's gonna flip his hammer around and slam it down onto the ground. And instead of a clang, it makes a thunder ripple. And out of it bursts a whole bunch of little storm clouds. And I'm casting Spirit Guardians.
What is your Spirit Guardian form? Like, what does it take?
They're tiny storm clouds with little lightning bolts coming, like thunder and lightning coming out of them.
Okay.
Just flitting around.
Sounds good.
Yeah, they're supposed to be fey, but I think he was raised by storm giants.
Are they stormy or are they purple stormy? Oh, I got
purple stormy sounds fun.
Well, we're going to
Stormy with bisexual lighting. Let's go.
Yes, yep, they're bisexual colors.
It's going to be blue because that's what I could find really easily.
Perfect. So it's a 15-foot radius. So I'm guessing that goes 15 feet up as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if that reaches where Tana is.
It does not. She is 30 feet up.
Damn it.
Okay, no, actually, you got
15-foot radius. Can I put a spot 15 feet up? Because that would be a 30-foot diameter.
5 feet too high because I'm like one square.
Because you're 5 feet up.
Yeah, because she's one.
Damn. That's okay. Cool.
So
nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen right now. But when at the beginning of their turn, they need to make wisdom saves, and that is my turn.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm designating all of my friends as don't attack.
Okay. The storm clouds are gonna be like, "Yep, we got it. Stop hounding us. We've got it. It's okay.
I believe in you."
I believe in
He
you too.
lands one on his finger and pets it.
Yeah, love you too. All right. Not in front of my other...
Now go kill some weird worms.
Yes, Daddy. All right. Upstairs, the swarm of insects is going to go and is going to charge at. Well, it's not going to charge. It's going to swarm all over you, Tana.
This is the worst experience of.
I have a 17.
I think that will hit.
It's going to. They're going to just completely roll over you. And start like biting and stinging. That is going to, that's gonna be. Oh my god, these things bite hard.
Oh no.
Okay. Not that hard though. Oh look. Right when I say that. All right, so that's going to be 12 points of piercing damage as they start like just biting you all over. And they're just like, they're angry space bugs. which is a good name for a band.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think we need this band in character now.
The Angry Space Bugs? Okay.
Yeah, I think this is what we got to do in our downtime. Is start a ska band.
That's fair. All right, so that is them. Now it is going to be the Sirlon's terms, or the worms.
So I will also say the Spirit Guardians is a 15-foot radius out from me, which means I would get all of them on the ground.
15-foot radius from you, so not a
from me.
Yeah, so it's not diameter. It's like a 30-foot diameter.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it'll go
Matt.
all the way out to. It might not catch. Depending on if you're doing radius as a circle, like technically it's a circle, so I might not catch the one that's in the top northwest, but I will definitely get the one next to.
Well, let's find out. So 15
Cheshire.
foot would be 5, 10, 15. Okay, so we'll go. Vroom. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if we assume that that is 15 feet on all sides, and then we do some basic, that's a... Nope, it's going to be slightly outside because it's a circle.
That's kind of what I thought, but I'll get that one.
But
right?
everybody
Like
else is hit.
Hells yes.
So
Cool.
good job using rules. I'm still going to leave the... there we go. I'm still going to leave the energy there because I like it. It's because it's purple and nice.
It's beautiful.
Okay, so the one that is not inside of your bubble is going to take a look around the field and is going to go, hey, stop that, inside of your head, Francis. Francis, I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Oh, fun. That's going to be a 19 or a 20.
Hey, I said
rolled a
stop
17.
that!
Sorry, I lied. 22.
Come on, man, stop it!
Yeah, you guys keep trying to tell us what to do, and we're not going to do that. So perhaps you should just fight us like the creatures you are. Aha!
Get him, Biff! And, all right, the others are going to attack now. Now, on the beginning of their turn, they have to make a save, right? Or do they just auto-take
Wisdom
damage?
save, please and thank you.
All right, wisdom save, all right. So the one that's fighting Mulj absolutely succeeded with an 18. And the two that are on you have a 7 and a 15.
No, the 15 passes. So
Okay.
the two take half, and I rolled 15. So 15
Okay.
damage. It's radiant, if that matters.
It does not. It's all going to hurt the same, but thank you for splitting it. So 15. Oh, good. I love it when math is easy. Okay. Oh, and that's halved, so that's better. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that was his round. Mulj, the one that you are fighting with Cheshire, is going to take a snarl over at you, and is... Ooh, what's the best action here? The best action is... going to be to make you make a wisdom save.
Well, that's
not-
rude.
You're not Tia anymore.
No,
Just
I'm
not
not
right now.
proficient in this. Oh. That's a 9.
A 9. All right, it's going to look at you, glare, and you're going to hear inside of your head. And that is going to be rough stuff for you, my friend, because you are going to take well, not max damage, so that's good. You are going to take 20 psychic damage.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm dumb, and
That's
I forgot to read some things. Every time that I did this on someone and they succeeded, it's a half save. So, Francis, on the one you just saved, you still would have taken 5 points of psychic damage. And then
Sounds good.
And then you tried to take one out at the beginning, which just take 10 psychic damage total for the guy who exploded. You'll be fine. But damn, I was dumb there. That was my bad. So I'm gonna give you the least.
You say
amount of
that,
damage.
but I'm down to 10 hit points.
Yeah, but you're a cleric. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So I apologize for that. Thank you very much for being flexible with that. The other two are not looking good. The one that is, so the two that you are fighting right now, Tana and Mulj, or the two that are on the northern side, are very, very badly hurt. The ones that are on Francis are fairly badly hurt. And this was 60 feet. So from where they can...
Or Cheshire and Mulj, because I'm
sorry.
being eaten.
Oh, that's right, Tana. Tana, you are up being covered in bugs. One of the ones on the floor is going to turn, look at you, and you're going to feel a psychic voice in your head go, "How dare you!"
Oh no!
I liked him! He was my friend! Make me a wisdom save, please.
Imagine having points in wisdom. Oh my gosh, I rolled a 19. I have a dirty 20. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I rolled 22 points of damage.
Wait, hang on, I'm proficient in this. Never mind. I'm sorry, I have a 23.
Okay, so you are going to take, what was that, 22? You're going to take 11 points of psychic damage on the save.
Oh gosh, that's pretty rough.
That would have wrecked you, though. I rolled basically max damage on that, so congratulations. Yeah, 20... Oh, no, sorry, 10 points of psychic damage. 10 points. I did not round down.
Sounds good. I will take one less.
Okay, and the other one that is already biting Francis in the ass is going to just keep biting. Just keep biting. Just keep biting. That's okay. The bite's a success, and then one claw is going to be an absolute miss, and the other one's going to be an absolute miss because I can't roll claw attacks to save my life. Or to end Francis's. And Francis, you're still up. The bite is going to go right into your glute as he starts to just siphon some of your gluteus maximus. Just chomp, chomp, grinding into it for a grand total of 6 points of piercing damage in your butt.
Getting close, boys.
Yeah. Not only are the worms 80s movie villains, they also are fans of booty. I can't lie about it. Who would have known?
Who would have thought?
All right. So now we are going to merge initiatives because it is a new turn. If you are going to keep running, I'm going to spend the something good happen. Wait, I already spent that. Yeah, okay. I'm going to say that at this point, Wrek, you're going to make it to the very top of the stairs on this deck and still have about 5 feet of movement. So as you run up, you're going to hear the sound of combat all around, the sound of yelling, and the sound of psychic noises, because that's how psychic sounds. Damn it. What do you do, my friend?
So I only have 5 feet of movement left, so I'm not really going to be helping anyone here.
Oh, that's not true. 5 feet will put you down next to one of the ones that's fighting with Francis.
Oh, that's true. Okay, well, how about we give him a drop kick to the back of the head while yelling, "Guys, we got problems. Oh, you got problems."
Abby, you can join us.
All right, so you rush into a square or to an area that is full of raging storm clouds that are occasionally just lightning shocking these worms in the ass.
That seems about normal.
Yeah, basically. All right, make me an attack roll.
Okay.
Guys, go for the vital parts, not just the butt.
Also, I insist that in every game ever, if you're going to split the party, conveniently roll higher than the rest of the party so I can just slot you in at the top of my chart.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So I got a 14 and a 20.
14 and a 20. You have determination. Are you going to spend that at all? Just...
Yeah, I might as well. And
okay, cool. To turn it into a 23 or okay.
Leaking all over the floor at this point, so I'm reaching the point of desperation.
All right, sounds good. Then that's going to be 2 hits.
Okay, well, 2 hits gives him a 6 and a 6.
6, and that's with your dex and everything on top of it.
Yep.
Okay, so 12 points of damage are going to slam into the back of this one's head, and you're going to hear, "Yo, man, what the fuck?" inside of your head.
Wait, I'm not done yet. And then he'll do a roundhouse kick and give him a stunning strike.
Okay.
That's 20.
20. That's going to be a hit. Roll me damage.
That's an 8.
8. Okay, that's real good. The worm is going to lurch back and go, "Oh, my back!" inside of your head, What? I can't feel my many legs. Because I rolled a 6, which turns into an 8. So I'm pretty sure he's not going anywhere. He's going to kind of tremble, the wormy flesh quivering around as he is stunned. Good job there. All right, and anything else you're doing with your round, Mike? I think that's basically it, right?
That's it, yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of that just so I can actually move stuff around. And Tana, you are up. You are covered by a swarm.
I think Tana is going to shriek shrilly, stop eating me! And then use a bonus action to pull a small sun out of her book to shield herself with Shielding Aurora. So what this does is I have resistance to all damage until my next turn, and any hostile that ends a turn within 10 feet of me takes my level plus my charisma modifier of radiant damage, which I guess would be 9 radiant damage.
Okay.
And then let's do a regular action to do as all warlocks probably should, an Eldritch Blast or something. I want to go for the one that Wrek just poked. So let's pull some streaks of inky darkness from the nether regions and try to murder this with them.
Sounds good. And quick reminder that you can send your Eldritch Blast bolts to multiple locations.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm doing the first one.
Okay. That's right, because you have to do them.
I guess I do have to roll them independently, but I think I have to roll them at the same time. But at least the first one is I can't do math today, a 24 to hit.
24 to hit is going to absolutely be a hit. I'm just going to check that real quick.
Oh gosh, and that would be for 10 damage.
2 beams at 3. You direct the beams at the same target or at different ones. Make separate attack rolls for each beam. It doesn't say in the rules that you have to do them simultaneously.
I feel like they probably have to be. So why don't we play it safe and split it between the two of them fighting Francis? Because Francis seems to be in trouble. So 10 damage on the one that Wrek just whacked.
Okay.
And then I think I probably missed the other one. I only have a 10.
All right. The Eldritch Blast streaks by the other one, but the first one, the Eldritch Blast is going to slam into its back wall. It is stunned and is going to positively explode into worm chunks.
That sounds good. Then I think she's also going to, because she's sort of covered in these horrid scarab maggot things right now. Yeah. So I don't know if they get an attack of opportunity if she moves, because they probably just move with her. But she would like to step at least 5 feet back away from line of sight from these horrid psychic worm things, because she ain't good at this wisdom save stuff.
All right, you can absolutely
I guess this is like a whole open space, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
they'll get a reaction to try to bite you as you move away, but you can escape its space.
Oh, I assume that they are coming with her. I just wanted to stay out of line of sight from the psychic hellworms.
I mean, they're creepy crawlies, but they're also a lot of like flying insects. So you could basically they'll try to sting you as you run away from them, and they'll trail after you.
Let's not run away then. Let's just stay there. They'll take some radiant damage on their turn anyways. So.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Then we are going to pop down to Cheshire. Cheshire, you are up. There's one of these slavering worm monsters in front of you. Mulj has been brain blasted, and like a little bit of some of their own goo is dripping out of their nose from the psychic blast, like a nosebleed.
Ooh.
You can just push it back in.
That's fair. They could probably just drink it. So I'm gonna bonus action Shillelagh, and then I'm going to. Actually, here's a question. So Shillelagh transforms my damage die into a D8, but the Q staff is also versatile. So if I two-hand it with that, would I turn that damage die into a D10?
No.
No. Okay, it would stay the thingy-majig. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm just going to beat this thing with the quarterstaff.
Yep. It's just not a magical quarterstaff, but it seems like non-magical damage is beating the worms pretty well.
Yeah, and I mean this one, it becomes magical with this with this, and I can use my spellcasting ability instead of strength for attack and damage. So.
Oh, so you are using Shillelagh. Okay, yeah, totally.
I am using Shillelagh, and then I'm going to hit this thing with the quarterstaff.
All right, sounds good. Shillelagh.
And that's going to be a 17 to hit.
That's going to be a hit.
All right, and then this thing is going to take 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11 points
Ooh.
of beat damage.
A bunch of worm teeth are going to hit the ground as you whack it across the face. Is that the best you? Is that the best you got? He kind of says, like trying not to vomit its own worm guts.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything else I can do. Yeah, I only got one attack, so
That's fair. Yeah, druids are more. You haven't wild shaped once, have you?
no, I've been using the Starry form because it's the equivalent.
Okay. All right, Mulj or Francis, who wants to go first?
You can go ahead if you want, Amy.
Okay. Because she's going to, they're gonna, so the one in front of us I'm thinking looks pretty beat up, and then there's the one that's just off to my right about.
Yeah, so the one that's off away from the storm clouds is doing quite a bit better than its friends at the moment, except for the one in the middle of the storm clouds, which is a little obscured. You can't quite see because it's on the other side of a stairwell. But the one that Cheshire just whacked is not doing well at all. It is a bad day for Mr. Worm.
Okay, so the first thing I would like to do, I would like to activate Eldritch Maul as my bonus action.
Okay.
Which gives me a bonus d6 to all of my attacks that I make of force damage.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm also recklessly attacking.
Okay.
Oh, and my range is now 15 feet, so I can hit this thing and then hit that thing over there. So the one right in front of me, right in front of Mulj, is being hit with, well,
Give it to me.
attacked with. That's an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. Okay. 11 bludgeoning. No, sorry. Minus 2, so that's 9 bludgeoning and 2 force.
Okay. And for the other one?
The
So
other
how
one,
do you... What happens to the first one? Describe it for me before you roll.
So
because it is gone.
So Mulj punches it like right in the mouth because it bit her, and they really don't like that. And like inky tentacles also like extend from it, like.
Are they gonna like shoot out the back of its head?
Bits. Yeah, basically. So punch plus additional like, yeah. And then they're going to attack, essentially punch at the next one.
Okay.
Again, it's mostly, I think it's gonna, because it makes my range 15.
You can hit him.
Yeah.
You're
I think
kind of
their
in a
arm's
corner,
just gonna extend
so
and punch, so yeah. So that's a 22.
You rolled advantage, right?
And then that's a hit.
Okay, that's gonna be a hit.
Okay.
Ooh, big money, come on.
And then that's gonna be 14 total.
How do you do it?
So that one, it's like punch the first one and then turn in is going to punch it like.
Well, you don't
again,
have to. Like the tentacles explode out the first one's back of its head and just rip it apart, and they can just keep going.
Sure, that sounds pretty cool. Let's do that.
All right, and what happens when they strike it?
I think it's just like grabs it and like tries to tear it apart. So it's like impact of hitting from the bludgeoning, and then the force is just like shred.
It's gonna rip this thing apart like something out of like that old anime Ninja Scroll. Just like turn it into paper and confetti.
Yeah.
Like super anime moment for you right there. Francis,
Hi.
You're up, and there's one in front of you who's looking around going, "Let's get him, guys! Let's get him! Guys!" Shoot.
Looks like your friends have not had such good luck. Let's see how you do. And I'm going. Does he look pretty hurt?
He looks he's had better days, but he's had worse days.
Okay. I'm gonna
yeah.
use the Cleric of Zeal has an ability that I can use my bonus action as a second attack. So I'm gonna do 2 attacks on this guy. Those are not good. I'm the unlucky one because that's a 1 and a 2.
Okay. All right, so that's going to miss for sure. Okay, so taking a swing,
Crit fail.
he's gonna step out. Was that 2 attacks? Oh, it was.
Yep.
So
1 and
fail.
a 2.
So crit fail. How are you trying to hit him with this? Just bringing the hammer down?
So my plan was to knock him up in the air with 1 attack and then slam him down with the other. Marvel versus Capcom style, but didn't do so great on that.
You are going to bring the hammer down and try to knock him out of the way. I want you to make me a contested athletics check.
Okay.
You're probably going to succeed this.
Ooh. Oh wait, I have advantage on this because I'm a hippo.
Yep, you will still have advantage on this.
Oh, there we go. That's 16 plus something.
Okay, cool. So 16
Yeah, 20,
is going...
24. Or 22, rather. 22.
22? Okay, so you're going to bring it down, and he's going to grab onto your hammer and be like, give me that! And he's going to try to pull it out of your hands. And he almost gets it. Like, he moves it about 2 inches in your hand, enough that you're a little worried.
Yeah.
Like, you get that Thor moment of, maybe this worm is worthy.
Yeah.
But he's not. He's ultimately not worthy.
Boys, talking to the clouds.
All right, it is his turn now. Time to make a check. That he's gonna succeed, so he's only gonna take half damage.
12, 13. 13 damage.
13 damage. Ooh, okay, and that's total, not halved, right?
Yeah, that's the total. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not about to let you defeat me. All of you are going to hear psychically over your broadbands, and he's gonna inspect the scene for a second. And goes into a worm rage and is going to try to hit you, Francis, with a bite. That is going to be... That's going to be a 17.
That hits because I'm out on my shield.
Okay. That bite is going to deal you... that's going to be 9 points of piercing damage.
Down he goes. Down they
you
go.
have nothing that negates damage, right?
Nope.
Okay. And then he is going to... I've got one hurt them more. Is going to... You're a monk. Do I know what a monk is? I do not. Is going to glare over at Wrek. I'm going to spend a hurt them more. Mike, make me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Okie dokie. Hold on here. That's 18.
18? Okay, so you're only going to take half damage on that as psychic energy courses through your brain. That is going to be, after reduction, 6 points of psychic damage. And then he's going to charge you with his last 2 attacks. Which are going to be pretty bad, I have a feeling. Oh god. You may opportunity attack if you wish.
Yes.
So he's just gonna go like a Muppet and charge you.
Yes, I will do that.
Because that's a nat 1.
I guess I should have taken an attack of opportunity. I should have taken an attack of opportunity because I rolled a nat 1.
Oh, that's why he tried to take your weapon away from you.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's a 23.
To hit? Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Yeah.
Roll me damage.
Can I add in my Fury of the Small?
I believe you can add that to any attack you make once per turn, right?
Yeah, 3 times between long rests.
Yeah, you may.
Okay, so then that's 12 points.
12 points. All right. He is also, you can, because this is an attack roll, you can spend a key point to stunning strike. Just so you know, like you.
Well, if I spend the point to flurry of blows,
so you can only spend. So flurry of blows would be on your turn.
Okay.
So because this is a reaction, it's taking place out of time, but a reaction can be a stunning strike.
Oh, okay. Well, then might as well. I still got a couple points left, so.
Okay. And... all right, stunning strike. So, I hate to lead you into that and then for it not to work, but I did get a 19.
That's fine.
On that. So, but still, now you know that you can stunning strike during a reaction, which is a great thing to know. So he's gonna charge you, and you're just gonna like bop him in the snoot with your foot. He's punch drunk. Tana, you are up at the top there, still with the swarm on you. Which, the swarm didn't act this turn. I skipped it. What's your armor class, Tana?
It is 15.
The swarm is going to try to bite you, but it's going to slam into your shield. And at the end of its turn, it is going to take how much damage? It is your
9 radiant damage.
I don't like that. Okay. Okay. Oof. All right. It is. Oh, pardon me. There's a line up here. So, Wrek, it is your turn, my friend. What do you do?
Okay, I am going to attack back, and this time I am going to dump in my flurry of blows.
Okay.
And this time I'm going to use my open hand technique to sweep the leg to hopefully knock him prone.
Okay, you gonna use that one first?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a contested athletics check, right?
It is a...
Athletics or acro. Don't worry about it. Just connect. You'll do it. He rolled a 9.
Yeah, it's a dex save.
It's a dex save for him. He rolled a 9.
Yeah.
So
okay. And I hit with a 15.
Okay, so he is going to sweep the leg. Now, is that part of your attack, or is that instead of your first attack?
I think it's the open hand technique actually pairs with it. So
okay,
because I get a choice of how the flurry of blows reacts. Either it sweeps their leg.
It's part of your flurry of blows?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they either get pushed back, or I can, if I use it during a reaction. That's why I said about the reaction thing, because it says I can use it to spoil reactions.
That's... So flurry of blows is... The way that works is immediately after you take the attack action on your turn, you spend 1 key point to make 200 armor strikes. So you have to do the attack action first before you can flurry. So in this case, technically you have to hit him with your normal attacks first, then you can flurry with one of them being the knockdown. So make me your initial attack rolls as well to do damage to him.
Yeah. It's not great. 14 and 17.
Okay, the second one is going to hit. So roll me damage on that. Then you're going to knock him prone while doing damage, and your final flurry of blows attack will have advantage.
So that's a 7 for that hit.
Okay.
And then the last one.
What was that?
Oh, and then the last one is hitting with a 22.
Okay, so roll me the damage on the 2 flurry of blow attacks. And you rolled that with advantage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
just in case you got a crit.
So that's 12.
12? How do you want to do this? You punch him, you feel worm matter kind of shift around in there as you relocate his worm bits. Then you sweep his legs, drop into the floor, and...
jump up into the air and then do a heel drive. Both my heels right onto his head. Pop it like a big zip.
And that is how that goes. The worm is going to explode as you drive your boot through him. All right, anything else you're doing with your turn?
Maybe like scraping my boots off on the ground. It's like, yeah, brains.
You can spend your movement to do that. I don't mind.
Yeah.
All right, Tana, it is your turn. What do you do?
I'm really tired of being eaten by worms.
Mhm.
So I guess she's going to attempt to Eldritch Blast them at point blank, which feels complicated to do while they're currently trying to eat her, but let's give it a go.
I'm going to say it kind of looks like you're going Saiyan. You just...
Sure, that sounds good. So the first one is a 10.
Okay, you're rolling with disadvantage, right?
First one is a 9.
Okay. You're doing disadvantage because you're attacking with ranged attacks at point blank.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, second one is a 17.
Okay, that will be a hit.
7 force damage.
And just a reminder on that first one, I didn't say if you succeeded or not, but you do have determination.
You know, and I am really, really quite determined not to deal with these worms. So perchance.
Oh wow, does that turn that into a 12? Look, it does.
Wow.
All right, roll me.
Perchance, sure.
Roll it for me.
Wow.
Wow.
Disadvantage is particularly mean to me, but it turns it into 14.
Okay. 14.
To hit.
Yeah. Well, you hit before by spending the determination.
Oh, right. Well, then never mind. Then I do all of 1 more damage.
God. I tried, folks. I tried. You didn't take.
However, I do think Tana's gonna blast them and then get out of here. They can go back to eating the captain or whatever if they want to. So she's gonna teleport herself back downstairs, and has to say flippy one-liners like, "Oh, it's the worst up there." But Wrek, I never thought I'd see you sweep a worm off their feet.
Oof. Oof. But good. But oof.
Probably out of turn actions.
I think that's acceptable. All right. So, looking at this, I've got. Okay. Cheshire, you're up. There is a swarm of bugs that are kind of like looking around for the thing they were eating and kind of going, kind of like out of. You can kind of see them from where you are with your special sight.
Guiding bolt.
Okay. They're like partially obscured from your angle, so I'll give them a higher AC.
Okay.
But
are they gonna get a higher AC against an 18?
let me just check the map. So you are right there. They are. I mean, you have determination.
Yeah, I'll do that. That'll be a 21.
Okay, yep. They had half cover, so now they have guiding bolt.
Okay, so they are going to get, that's going to be 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 radiant damage.
19 radiant damage. All right, there is a very satisfying Zort as you bug zap them. And with that, a little bit of peace settles across the room.
Should I roll a death save?
Yes. So Francis goes, and a bunch of blood just shoots out of their chest.
Yeah, the 13.
Can I go over and healing word?
Yes,
Francis?
you may.
Awesome. I'm gonna do that thing. I closed healing word. Hold on, I just have to figure out how. I think it's.
Sorry, just entertained by the emerging theme. Francis dies every session.
Every session. All right, so this is gonna be
gift, not less.
All right, so I'm gonna cast this second level. So it's gonna be 2d4s.
Awesome.
So it's gonna be 4, 5, 6 plus spell casting ability. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hit points of healing.
Oh yes. Francis will cough up a little and oh well, thank you again, Cheshire.
Welcome back.
Seems to be. Thank you yet again.
So is this going to be a running gag between us, or what?
I'll do my best to not let it be.
So is that
All right. Well,
all of the things?
The room is clear.
Those things were gross.
Well,
I don't really like them.
they were quite revolting, but
Wrek, where were
I
you?
know I shouldn't judge them
Wrek
by
is moonwalking
appearances.
around on the deck right now, like scraping bits off
But-
of the bottoms of his boots.
Holding a lovely breastplate in his hands.
That one tried to eat me. And Mulj points over at the one that took a bite out of them.
Don't like being on the other side of that table, huh?
I did find the captain.
I mean, why don't you just return the favor? It's dead now. You could just eat it.
We don't eat random
would.
worms that we find in a mind flayer interstellar vessel. What? This is the one rule. The one rule. The one rule. Okay.
Oh, that's the
No,
only
don't
rule.
eat the things we just fought. Fine.
Until we know what they are and that they're edible and safe to eat. Yes.
Okay.
You said you
well,
found the captain?
Well, what's left of him? We'll show hand covered in
Oh, are they
horrible
okay?
slime.
Oh.
No. But I can't take credit for it.
No.
Okay, well,
Uh,
I mean, I know that the captain wanted those ballista bolts and the tiny bolt ammo as well. So, should we search the ship and then bring whatever's of value back over?
Sounds a plan to me.
Oh,
Well,
oh,
are
that
there
reminds me.
more of
Look,
these
look what I
things?
found.
That's really shiny.
No, this. And he'll like lift up the front of his tunic and show the big slash across the middle of his belly.
Francis will pick Wrek up by the plate that he's holding
Ah!
and put a hand to his stomach and cast Healing Word at a 2nd level. So it's 2d4. Is that right? You just did this, Cat.
Yeah, 2d4 is 2nd level,
Beautiful.
plus spell casting.
Right.
Ability.
That's a 2. Plus a 3 is 5. Plus spellcasting is 3. So that's an 8. So take 8 healing.
Oh, that feels better.
Pats his belly.
Yeah, look what else I found. And he'll like show off the breastplate.
Might fetch a pretty penny. Be able to buy some more ballista bolts.
I mean, there were quite a few on deck. I think we should be fine with them.
Did you find anything else, Wrek? I presume you found something to fight.
Yeah, it didn't really appreciate me snooping around. But there might be more stuff downstairs. It kind of like took a chunk out of me, so I decided to come back and warn you. But, you know, you found your own problems.
I mean, there's also a room at the back of this room.
Oh.
Because there's Kelly. Looking at the map, there's the door.
Nope, there is a door at the back of this room that
right
leads
there.
into something else, yeah.
So I'm kind of cute. Why don't we have a check around? And she's gonna go up to that door and just like prod it open with her quarterstaff. Well, she's gonna open it and then like push it open with her quarterstaff.
Okay, you're
And
gonna have to
see if there's anything in there.
pry the organic matter
Oh, okay.
open.
Okay, so yeah, she's gonna open the door. She's curious.
You'll be able to do that without a problem. Really, it takes a minute, but besides that, 1 moment, please.
Just remember, before you take anything, you gotta yell out "Salvage" really loud. Otherwise, people think you're stealing it.
So, prying it open, you are going to find a rather strange sight in front of you. This room appears to be some type of, you'd say probably captain's quarters. Everything is organic here, and you can see that this broad back room has what appears to be kind of like a bed, but it's risen up, kind of to be almost like a chaise lounge made out of tendrils and shell fiber. It kind of looks like the space jockey's chair from Alien. Okay. Center of the room, as well as it has a pair of organic and ivory end tables on either side that are kind of fused with the floor, as well as a bottle, several bottles of liquid on the right one, and on the left one, a half-eaten pickled brain floating in an open jar.
Is that the only
gross.
thing in
Make me an
here? Or can I make
investigation
an
roll.
investigation check?
You may.
Okay. Ooh, I have a feeling that one's going to be pretty good, depending on what I add. Oh, 17. I don't
17.
add anything to it.
17. Checking around, you will see that at the base of the bed, you can see that there are a couple of like little compartments for like storing clothing, mostly like illithid robes. Nothing particularly that would like suit you. But at the very foot of the bed, there's a little compartment that you will push on that will open. A small cabinet that's about large enough to store a couple of bottles of wine, something like that. But there, you will see that there is a small black cylinder, a metal tube. Do you take it?
Can I maybe Arcana check this? See if...
Are you picking it up?
Yeah, I'm going to pick it up.
Okay. Taking a look at it, you make an Arcana roll, absolutely. If you tug on it, it is a scroll of some kind.
That's going to be a 10.
A 10. Glancing through it quickly, the handwriting's pretty bad. It's a wall spell of some kind. Wall of fire,
Okay.
wall of something. The handwriting's crap, but it should still work.
Cool. I mean, I can take a better look at it later on.
Take a better look at it later, but you have a wall of F spell.
Fantastic. I'm going to pop that, pop that in the pack and head back to the group.
Okay. Did anybody else step inside this room?
You said the words potions. Do I glance them and do they look pretty?
They do look pretty.
Yes, I absolutely step inside this room. Let's go.
Okay. So, taking a look at those potions, they're sitting next on the nightstand. They're a couple of like undulating vials. One that kind of like plumes out at the bottom like an upside down flower. Another one that is kind of it's in a little stand like a test tube. And there is another one that is kind of like it's built similar to like a bottle of wine.
Well, let's just borrow these then, won't we? It's gonna start shoving them in her bag.
Sounds good. And as you grab one of them, you are going to hear a little noise nearby. Can you make me, both you and Cheshire, since you're both in the room, make me a perception roll?
Coming up. That's
Read
going to be a
this.
26.
21.
Oh my god, really?
I
Oh, sorry, one
rolled a
sec.
17. I'm so fancy.
I don't think I need the monster manual for tonight, but then I did this.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, you are going to... Come on. Why are these pages not turning? Okay. Pardon me 1 second, folks. I just have to look up something fun. It would be under M, Kelly. Why are you not researching well? You're a researcher.
There's no rush. We can vibe. Monster manual book reading ASMR time.
Right? Just a little happy bit of little happy
Mind
accidents
flayer
over there.
tadpoles.
That is a great question. That would be pretty good. Hold on, I'm just checking the index real quick because I know that it's here, and I just can't find it for some reason. Dinosaurs, no. Oh, it's... Yep. It is not spelled that way. All right, so pardon the delay there, folks. As you are looking around, you are going to notice that there are another couple of like compartments, like I said before, like the wine bottle and stuff like that. And as you take the bottles, you are going to hear a little scratching noise on the floor. And around the edge of the bed, a small creature is going to like loom into view and kind of look your direction. It's going to make kind of a piteous noise, but it's at that point that it's kind of like undulating with a piteous noise, like, and walking out from around the side of the bed with a slight limp, like a puppy that stepped on some broken glass or something, like that, very like, is a small brain with clawed feet that is about the size of like a pug.
Hello?
Pauses, reaching to grab horrible spikes of darkness from the book the moment you say something. Or are we talking to it?
I mean, it's a brain. You'd think it would have like telepathy or something.
It has claws.
Well, it's a brain with claws.
It is a clawed brain that has problems. I hate it when thoughts claw at me, and I hate when they do it physically.
Okay, well, what do we do with it?
I'm not... Pull out a giant spike of Eldritch Blast. Put it
Big
back.
powers.
Y'all, there's a horrible living brain in here, and Cheshire thinks it's cute.
Is
It
it?
is cute.
Mulj calls
It
back
is
over.
gross.
Sorry, a what?
I want to check this out. I don't even
You're
have
gonna
one of
stick
those.
your
I want to
head in?
see. Mul's gonna run in and take a look.
It's going to kind of
Whoa,
like
what's-
tremble and look your direction. As you come in, it's going to give you, if a featureless, faceless brain could give a look of confusion and shock, best that I can approximate is that the brain is going to tilt its head to the side like a confused dog when Mulj comes in.
Kelly,
Yes.
do I think
Cute.
that speak with animals would work with this thing?
Make me an insight check.
That's a base 13.
You think
Insight is +7.
it was already reacting to some of what Tana was saying about destroying it, so it might understand common. It probably just can't speak because it doesn't have a mouth or anything.
Oh,
What
okay.
do you think it eats? Knowledge? Should we read to it?
Cheshire's gonna like kind of bend down and look at how big is this thing?
It is
You
about
said
the
it's a
size. It's
small
about the
one.
size of a human brain. So
Okay.
about the size of like, I don't know, 2 softballs next to each other. You know what? One of those squishy Nerf footballs. It is that big.
Okay. So yeah, Cheshire's gonna kind of like kneel down a little bit and be like, "Are you gonna try and eat our brains?"
And inside of your mind, you are going to hear a very weak.
very hungry.
And what is it that a brain eats?
Nothing. Just
I mean, there's some worm things out here that we just dispatched. You could probably eat one of them.
Wrek will hold up this boot.
Oh my god.
Is it talking to you in your head?
Yes, it's talking to me.
That's
It's
not
hungry.
good. That is specifically not good. It's
You
gonna
want a
eat your
worm?
brain.
Hey, little
It's gonna eat your
fella. Mul's like coming up over next to Cheshire, is like gonna like kind of like crouch down. So suppose
Did-
no squish.
Do-
No squish.
You'll hear that in your head as well, Mulj.
Do you want a worm? That's all we can give you.
Does the worm have brains?
I mean, it talked, so I'm assuming it does.
Yes, please.
Okay, here we go. I'll take you to it, okay?
Okay.
what's it like being?
And she's gonna pick it up.
It is slimy, but not as slimy as you feel like it should be.
Okay, she's gonna pick it up and she's gonna place it on. Go back out to the main room, and she's gonna place it on one of the worms. Here, I'm sure there's something in there.
Okay. Protected by a crusty covering and set. I need to see how.
It's dead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any live brains for you,
Uh,
but it still has a brain.
can I have it? Can I do?
I
Can
I
I
have an
drink
idea.
some of your brain,
No, I can't drink any of my brain.
please?
No, unfortunately.
why don't
No squish. How about goblin? Got goblin brain?
You can't drink any of our brains.
Hmm.
We need our brains. You
I'll
can't
be your
have any of
friend.
them.
I don't have a brain, but I kind of am a brain. Can I? Mul's gonna like pop off like one of their little slime like pseudopods and is gonna offer it. Can you eat this? It's kind of a little sentient
Oh
me.
no, please don't adopt the horrible brain monster.
No,
It's not a horrible brain monster. It's a lovely little brain
mean,
with arms.
It is.
If we work
It would
together-
clearly be digesting your brain if you were lying on the ground and injured
If I
right
only
now.
had a brain, I could be a real humanoid.
Wait, so that means you should eat it.
I-
Absorb it and put the brain in your head.
Yeah, Mul's gonna actually like thinking about this.
It's gonna start like trembling. It is also kind of
Oh, how
like
the
Jello,
turns
like a
have
big.
tabled.
Like, it's trembling in your hands, Cheshire, kind of like a crusty like hunk of brisket.
I need to try. Hold on, let me just.
Absorb
Mul's
you.
reaching forward to kind of like wants to grab this thing, and we'll just
And
like.
Cheshire's like kind of drawing it backwards a little bit. Like, are you
Amy?
gonna eat the brain?
No, I.
They said I can eat her, right?
Yeah,
Okay, make me an int save.
Oh no!
maybe it's like a. Oh God. Is that what I'm doing? Int save?
Yeah,
Oh.
That's a 16.
a 16. Okay, you know what? That is going to beat the save. Oh, okay. Damn. It's not quite what I need. So on a failure, yeah, it's meet or beat. So you're gonna feel, you're gonna kind of, it kind of like has the rings kind of come out of it, cyclically they kind of undulate the air, but you can't see them, but you can kind of see them. That are kind of like go into you, and you're gonna not feel any smarter or dumber.
You're tough.
What happened? What happened?
I tried to take a bite.
Did it?
You're
Work?
tough. No.
You couldn't eat.
I can try again.
I
Yeah.
thought you said you weren't going to try to
No,
eat our
I'm-
brains.
She said I could.
Look,
She
I've got
offered
you a
I've got little
card.
blips to spare. See?
Wow, you know what? I just realized that's a brain eater. It just tried to eat your brains, and it's still starving.
Good thing you're not in danger there,
I know, right?
Can I
Wait,
try? Can I
Well,
try?
maybe if we do it. You could try again.
I'll try again.
Make me another int save.
That's a 3.
Okay, there we go. Amy, I need to know something really important right now.
Yeah.
What is your intelligence score?
Int score is 10.
Okay. You take 8 points of psychic damage because this does hurt, and
Okay.
I'm gonna grab my die. Your intelligence is now 0.
Oh my god. You're
All
a
right.
literal
Wait,
glass
isn't
of
that
cube now.
lethal right now in
Yes.
5e?
Yes, it is. You die if your int hit 0. Just instantly
if the
dead.
The total exceeds 30 seconds. There is no. It is the target is stunned until they regain 1 point of intelligence.
Okay.
All right. So is she like?
So they just kind of go and start drooling their own slime.
Well, the thing is that Mulj, and that happens if they're totally like out of it, will probably start like losing form,
Oh yeah, I was gonna.
just kind of like melting into a puddle,
All right.
into an actual slime blob.
We're just about done with that now.
I have an
Francis
idea.
is going to reach out to grab the
Well,
brain.
that works too.
No, no, no. Help
It-
me.
I-
Mommy, help.
No, you ate Mule's brain.
She said
This is
to.
not
It
okay.
said to. It said to.
Okay, I'm gonna spend my drama bomb to attempt this. Oh god, I can't. Mulj is not a humanoid. So, oh
not a
my god,
humanoid.
oh my god, this is what's gonna happen. Mulj, it is going to attempt to escape. It is going to look at you and go, and he's going to vanish out of Cheshire's hand and appear inside of Mulj, floating around freeform, going, wow, wow. And please roll to
Amazing.
digest this.
Oh no.
What am I doing? Digesting?
Roll to
or am I
digest
just,
this.
Or are we merging?
You're kind of merging, but not the way it wants
Well, I
to.
rolled a
So,
5.
so you roll. Well, hold on. I didn't tell you what to roll. So I want you to make me a Constitution save.
Okay. Do you want me to re-roll that 5?
Yeah.
Or just add my con save or bonus? Okay.
I want you to roll your con versus my con and see who wins.
It's a 25.
You know what's really funny?
Mhm.
Even if I hadn't had you re-roll, you won. Because I rolled a total of 5 without your con mod.
Oh my god.
So it's going to go inside of Mulj and go.
What are you?
And it's going to just dissolve into Mulj with bits of brain matter just floating around in it, or in them. Mulj, can you make me an int save?
That's an 8.
Okay. Would you like to? Would you like
I
to?
can spend my determination to make it a 11.
I'll allow it.
Okay. 11.
I'm gonna. This thing doesn't really have intelligence anymore. So, Mulj, your intelligence was 10?
Yep.
Okay. Mulj's gonna go back up to having intelligence 8
Ooh.
as they finish digesting this thing. The rest is gonna come back after a long rest.
Okay.
But for now, you're a bit dumber, and you're going to have strange memories, and you're kind of want to absorb brains, like Cash, like low-key want to absorb brains. So if you see any pickled brains, you're probably going to just start like absorbing them.
Start snacking on them.
Do you mean like the half-eaten pickled brain that we found in this room earlier?
Yeah, that's right there. Yeah, you probably. So Mulj, you're just gonna like look down and see half of an intellect devourer floating down your torso.
Oh my god.
How do you feel? You just absorbed the brain. It gone.
Well, I thought I would get a brain.
My name
Did you hear that?
was
You found
Tana.
one.
Well, you did. It's just distributed across your body, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we learned a lesson.
Chunk
Just
by
because
chunk.
things
Doesn't have
are
any lasting
adorable out
effects.
here, we don't touch them. Correct?
I,
Does everyone
I
everyone
just watched
understand?
all
Everyone
of that.
understand?
I need to go rinse my
I
eyeballs
did
out or something.
I am
Pretty
with you, Wrek.
well. What is wrong with all of you?
I'll be
I
right
think
back
this ended
after I go
pretty well.
throw up.
I mean, I think we just made a great team on what to do with that brain.
I'm a little sad that it seems to be dead now.
I don't
I
know
thought I
how
would
to
be
handle that. You all
smarter.
thought it was cute.
It was
I
adorable.
mean, I do feel smarter.
It was a brain with claws that openly wanted to eat you.
But that
It was
doesn't
nice
mean
about
that it's
it.
not cute.
Valid. But like not that valid, you know?
But not actually even remotely valid.
Well, what do you want from the brain with claws?
It's
Typically-
death, particularly. Which we've got. So we've got what we've come for.
Yeah.
Let's go get some ballista bolts.
Well done, Pookie, the brain with claws.
So as you are heading off to investigate the rest of the vessel, Mulj, you're going to follow everybody and keep looking around. However, for the next little bit, you are going to have uncontrollable tremors and tics from this, which are going to give you, at least for the rest of the session, disadvantage on strength and dex rolls. As you just kind of like... as you're having a bit of trouble keeping your form as you're digesting this intelligence inside of you.
Good gracious.
Makes sense.
However, there's also...
And I thought Francis and Wrek were going to be the worst.
It's true. And as you look back over your shoulder at the pickled brain in the jar in this room, you get the strange sense, Mulj, that something is watching you. Something that has your worst interests in mind. But I think we'll talk about that after we come back from this break. So folks, don't go anywhere. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll continue with the adventure. See you soon. So hello everybody, welcome back. This is the part of the program where we talk to the chat. And we pop back
So
in.
I was just doing finger guns the whole time for funsies, because I was in the waiting queue, finger guns. I was like, I don't know when I was supposed to stop doing finger guns. It's hard to know.
I don't know.
Never
man.
stop doing finger guns.
So
This
folks,
is
a couple of things about this module. This episode is a little brief, and I definitely added the Intellect Devourer because I love them. And one thing I want to say for new DMs who are coming in here, because I had somebody who thanked me for taking a moment during the break just to give some pointers. There never, ever feel like you can't move things around in a module to make them work, especially small things like treasure. It is way better for players to get treasure from like hunting around, whether or not they're hunting in the right place, than it is for them to not get them just because they didn't go exactly where the treasure should have been. A big example is as Cheshire was looking around, Kat was looking around like the captain's quarters. The captain's quarters is not described in this at all. They're doing this really weird thing where they say, please look at the layout for the Nautiloid in the Astral Adventurer's Guide, but then they don't describe what's in the rooms in that guide naturally, and they only describe rooms where there are events happening in this book. So there are entire gaps where it's like, oh yeah, there are a bunch of cells down there. What's in them? Well, I don't know. Probably nothing. And it's a little hard to do. So when Kat was looking around the room, I had no description for that room. However, I know that they weren't going up to where the rotting corpse was again, and there was a spell scroll hidden up there. So if the captain's chair has it, it makes just as much sense to say it's in the captain's bed. So feel free to move stuff around to reward your players for like searching things and looking up things that even if the module doesn't present that, because they're going to have a lot better time and get cool stuff that's going to help them down the road. And I think Kat had more fun because of that rather than later saying, oh, you just didn't check hard enough. It's like, you could have made it. You could have, I don't know. It always weirds me out.
The rule of cool.
And it's more fun because you're having a good time.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
so
and it's like the module certainly intends for the party to probably find it, right? It's like it's very much expecting us to take 20 and go walk around the ship for 4 days, which we're not going to do.
So looking, so let's see, there's 2 questions in the chat real quick. Let's do those. I only want to take about 5 minutes away before we hop back in, because it is Christine's birthday weekend and I want to go party with her. So JView asked, don't have a lot of battery left on my tablet, but I've been waiting for this moment to ask Kelly, Amy, Mike with their advice. What would be for someone playing a good based character in Ravenloft? Be willing to contend with corruption, either personal or external. What about you? Because like Amy, you were playing lawful good or lawful neutral. I
wasn't actually. No, neither.
Were you?
They didn't have that alignment restriction in 5e for paladins, so
You're right.
I believe
So what were you playing?
was Shasta was either chaotic neutral or true neutral, one of the two. I think she was chaotic.
I think it was chaotic neutral, and then
because I went chaotic neutral paladin of vengeance.
That's right. And then Mike, you were playing chaotic good, right?
Yeah, I was playing chaotic good.
It was more chaotic neutral toward the end, but yeah, chaotic good at the beginning for sure.
You don't get to go into Ravenloft and not have it like push your alignment somewhere.
Yeah, I think that so long as you're willing to have your character change with the setting, it should be fine. Or
don't try and be rigid with it too much, but like
unless you want to die like that.
Dilemma.
Yeah.
If you're willing to lose the character fighting against the darkness, ding.
Yep. True.
Let's see. Random was watching another Ram of the Frostbane group, Traitor. And they had the opposite problem. They described every room in detail, but there was no obvious quest or adventure. That's weird. I don't know what to say to that. That's weird.
That is weird.
You obviously had a Tolkien wannabe running that game.
Oh god, see, I Tolkien. This is a much longer conversation, and we're not touching on Rings of Power, but because Amy likes it, and I couldn't get through the first episode, so
I was watching with people. If I wasn't, I would have zoned out too quickly. But
it was like the third or fourth thing we had
and...
watched that day, and like it was just the energy level wasn't enough to sustain through it because it's a real slow
that
show.
Makes sense. At the start, it's very much like leading into things and setting pieces up because there's a bunch of different characters, and it's the same thing I noticed with the I mentioned this when we were in the car yesterday with like the Dark Crystal Age of Rebellion, that it was a bunch of different characters in different places, and they're all having that introductory like setup arc. So the first episode's a lot of setup and putting people into places, so it's kind of boring. Yeah. But then once it kicks off, it really kicks off, kind of thing.
Yeah, totally. And I agree with Hygog. The main thing that you need to say about Tolkien is that every time you hear his name, you think, that's what I'm Tolkien about. Yeah, kind of. Got it, right? I find him very hard to read, personally. But, I mean,
as someone who has read the Silmarillion, like, you have to respect the hustle, but it's not for everybody.
Yeah, and like it's all good.
Like as a
right?
world builder, you have to look and go, "Holy shit, you did a lot of work."
Oh yeah,
But if you were to give me that source book, you're like, "Fuck, I'm not playing this game if I have to play at these exact rigid restrictions."
Like it's Peter Jackson versus Tolkien, right? Like different
100%.
styles of DM. Different styles of DM, basically. And I'm more the
Yeah.
Peter Jackson style where I'm like, let's make this look cool.
Yeah.
Have him surf down the elephant.
Yeah, Radagast isn't supposed to be here, but like he's a dude, so fuck yeah.
I mean, you're gonna complain if we have Radagast, or they're gonna complain if we don't have him. Let's just throw him in. But no Tom Bombadil.
Tom Bombadil in.
Why? The
man
guy,
so
that
much.
character, I don't even know. Anyway,
Anyway.
any other questions about Spelljammer? So far, I think Spelljammer's fun. I think that this episode is it feels a little patchwork. It feels a little treadmill. Like a little like, hey, you got attacked by Astro Elves. Now it's time to check this salvage because we want to do a salvage, but we have nowhere else in the book to put it.
Yeah.
So let's give them a couple of items. It feels a little filler, but hopefully it's fun. Hopefully the filler inside of the filler, which tried to fill Mulj, the intellect devourer, was fun. Because I was going to let you take that as a familiar or a pet, too. It would have been great.
I really
was
wanted to.
It was going to die if we tried to take it with us.
Please?
But Cheshire
One
would have
way or
had
the
a
other.
phenomenal little familiar.
I'll even use my cute voice.
She would have had a
I'm
great
sure we
time.
other
I'm sure we can get you a better one at the Better Familiar store. That's not
Yeah,
a
I
problem.
was
that
I was
was-
fully prepping a third
Something.
level inflict wounds.
Yeah, but that one won't be a cute little rescue.
All right. So,
also, Kel, here you go.
no, I thought you were talking to
As
me.
you
I'm
want-
like, what did you call me?
Gorgeous.
Kel?
Oh
See
my
these?
god.
Oh my god,
They're
now
so
you're
good.
yes.
Yeah,
Stunning.
so Kel, you've been asking
I'm so
for these for a
jealous.
while, so here you go.
Yeah.
What comments
Gorgeous.
do I have? Some exciting stuff coming from Dork Tales real quick, some updates. Number one, we're going to be joining Adventure Dice in a stream in a couple weeks. We'll tell you more about that on the Discord, so be sure to show up there. For those of you on the Patreon, thank you for the couple of people who've joined this week. You're all amazing. I hope you're enjoying this episode. Also, we have recorded the first of 3 episodes of an unnamed role-playing game that is going to be going up soon. Was it that much fun? Did you enjoy it that much?
Oh my god.
It was so bad. I love
I
it.
kind of want to add part of my costume to this costume.
No.
Just
No, no. Later, you have to go to the Better Familiar store and get one of those as a familiar. You'll see. You'll see. It's great. Even if they've lost it. Psychic powers. And then a bunch of great stuff coming out later this year. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Also, quick reminder that the podcast, go show up on the podcast, do some stuff, including we are 10 episodes deep into the Dork Tales the podcast recording, which is a lot, and it's gonna be a lot of editing. So please, when it releases in a couple months for the Patreon, give it tons of love. And when it comes out for everybody, listen to it a million times. Put us at the top
do
of
it
like
on
put
twice
us
on double speed. Yeah.
get us up there above Taylor Swift on Spotify. Different categories, but still do it.
Ugh.
Find a way.
Spotify.
Nice.
I don't have Spotify, or else I'd do that.
Leave me. Well, it's anywhere you get
Oh, I hate
you get your
Spotify.
podcast. I just don't know if Podbean takes the comments from other sources. So I might have like 100
I don't even know how to
comments.
leave comments.
Reviews? I don't know either.
Mm.
But leave them, and if
I
you
just
leave them,
listen.
at me in the Discord so that I know. All right, so I think let's head back in. We've got a short bit of time before the end of the game, but let's go enjoy ourselves and then call it. Okay. All right. Stretch. Do your yawns. All right.
Combination stretching yawn.
Oh, stretchy yawn.
Yonch.
Oh wow, shaking my head with elf ears is weird. It was like momentum.
Shake it off. Shake it off. All right.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Yep. All right, folks. Without further ado, let's head back into Spelljammer, the Light of Xaryxis, here on Dork Tales. Hello, and welcome back to Spelljammer, the Light of Xaryxis. As you investigate the rest of the ship. You find nothing of note on this floor. Moving down to the next, you can see that there, aside from the broken pieces of the mini-pult, as well as an old observation platform that looks over the cargo hold, there's not too much on this floor. In fact, looking around, you'll find scarcely anything. Except that at the back of the second highest floor, you will find that there's a raised platform, kind of looking down over top part of the galley. There's a rotting corpse there. A mind flayer as well, the head chopped from its shoulders with 2 deft strokes of a very sharp implement, likely a sword. The corpse is unpleasant, and lies in an open space where you imagine the ship's helm used to be. Lying on the deck near the dead mind flayer, you will find that there is a small rock. A small kind of milky, spherical, slightly oblong, I should say, stone.
If no one else reaches for it, I will.
Sure. Anybody who takes a glance at it, you can make me an Arcana roll.
Sure.
18.
18. Tana?
16.
16. Both of you are going to immediately recognize that that is an ion stone.
Ooh.
It is a
What is
stone
that?
a stone of reserve. It is a small magical item that when you put it in place and attune it to you, it floats around your head in orbit and gives you various abilities.
Ooh. Yeah, she's going to pick it up.
Well, that's exciting.
If Tana doesn't snatch it first.
Do you look at her as if you're asking that with your mind?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I'm not a snatcher. You can snatch it yourself.
Okay. Yeah, she's going to pick it up.
Okay. All right. You now have an ion stone. Taking a look at it, it appears to be an ion stone of reserve. The way that works is that when you attune to it, it is able to store several spells in it. Any creature that can cast a spell of 1st or 3rd level into the stone by touching it as the spell is cast. It has no effect, but is stored in the stone. If the stone... Hi, Charlie. Dog.
We didn't clear out the ship!
Shut the door. I'll be right back. Shut up.
Charlie's a good dog.
Charlie's just excited about the ion stone.
Very much so. I just love that while this is all happening, I feel like Mulj's probably just like wandering around and just thinking really hard about being smart.
Oh my god.
It doesn't help at all, but I just, yeah.
Just have like, little scientific formulas appearing in the head area of your goo all the time while you stare out into the distance.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna agree with the chat right now. The ion stone does bark. It psychically barks. It is an ion stone carved into the shape of a dog's face. And
my God.
Barks. Whenever it gets, so basically the way that it works is that you can use the spell, you can store spells in it, and then use them at a later date. It can hold up to 3 spells, or 3 levels worth of spells. So, you all decide who's going to use it, but Cleric and Warlock are pretty good options for that.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody with healing magic is a good option for that. So, if Kat wants to dump some of those in there, that might be good. Emergency heal batteries.
Just throw out
So
some
we
fast
got-
healing words.
we got a little stone here, so let's take a better look at it when we get back to the ship. But I think it could be really useful.
I think so too.
It seems like it barks a little bit though when it's being used. So
It's kind of adorable.
it's true. And for now, she's just gonna pop it in her
In your pocket?
in her pocket.
You make your way down further, down into the cargo hold. Down here, the cargo hold looks and smells like slaughterhouse. Bodies lie strewn about the deck, and the floor is stained with blood. Most of the bodies appear to be human, but one is an arachnoid form with an eel-like neck and a head that lies motionless, as all of the other corpses. As you take a peek around, you can see that there are quite a few corpses here, about 11 of them. You don't even need to really examine them to see that they all have circular bite marks on them. Kind of similar to the worm creatures. There are several weapons scattered around the rooms, mostly scimitars and crossbows. But the bodies don't really seem like they were killed by those things. However, taking a quick glance around, you will see that there's enough food and water stored in the crates in this room to nourish about 10 people-sized creatures for 5 days. As well as you're looking around, Mulj, you're going to the lid off of a barrel, and floating in it is an entire stack of pickled brains.
I'm taking this.
Please.
Like,
Is this
they're
something
gonna
we should
slam
be,
the lid
is this
back
something we should
down
be
on
worried
top of
about,
it.
Mule?
I mean, I feel like Mulj looks in and then like slams the lid back down and is like, "I'm taking this."
There are several barrels, but I mean, one's probably enough, right?
I don't think we're gonna necessarily try to stop you.
Okay.
As long as this isn't indulging in an ongoing problem that we're going to end up having to deal with later.
I mean, we may end up having to deal with it later, but we can burn that bridge when we get to it. I mean, cross that bridge when we get to it.
You can burn that. I'm gonna stop.
Beyond this room, you can see that the way down below is still accessible if you head back upstairs and go down to the prison level. But there are a pair of doors that lead further kind of underneath where the tentacles of the nautiloid are. And as you approach those doors and take a peek in, that pair of double doors will open, and you'll find yourself in a small area. As I just double checked, a large guard post lies in front of you, decimated. Again, bodies strewn. A couple of tentacles that are rotting on the floor that were chopped off of an Illithid's face. To the north, you will see that there is something that is emanating a strange ammonia-y odor. And who's the one to check that door? Francis, you now know what an Illithid latrine looks like, and you're not really interested in communicating this to your fellows. Because I don't want to communicate with you, so hey, there we go.
Nope, I'm good. He's gonna open that door, turn around. Do not go in there.
You shut it, and then the rest of you will just get the barest glimpse of a live, laugh, love sign. Live, lash, love.
Yeah.
And so there's potpourri, there's some scented candles.
3 shells.
3 shells. There's just 3 shells. That's all that's in there. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh my god.
It's just
There,
more
it's a
psychically
nautiloid.
damaging than anything.
That's 3 shells, 100%. Turning back, there's only one more door here before heading down into the prison level that you found yourself down in earlier, Wrek. And looking at it, the door to the forward compartment there has been fastened shut with sutures made of ropes and steel hooks. Hello? Hello? You hear in common. I can hear you out there. I'm trapped in here. Are you... Oh, please tell me that you're not pirates, or at least bad pirates, are gonna eat me.
Do you think this is another trap?
Are you a trap?
Certainly.
I'm not a trap. I was sealed in. I was
That's what
sealed
the
in
last
here.
one said.
Oh, seriously? Was it one of the yogis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a yogi.
The worms? Yes.
Oh, those things.
I mean,
No, those aren't
they
yogis.
say they're not a worm. I think we can trust them.
Tana, do you mind terribly preparing that handy wand of yours?
It's a little low on juice, but I can prepare
That's
myself.
okay.
That's fine.
I have my hand. I
Pose
have my
dramatically
handy.
with a book.
Yeah, I have my handy, wax stick.
So, look, here's the deal. I can hear you out there preparing to attack me. So,
Only
we're
if you
more pre-
prepare to attack us first.
Yes.
okay, well, I need...
Only if you try and kill us.
Okay, I'm not going to attack you, but, I'm pretty certain... you're humans?
Eh,
No,
Sure.
actually.
We're storm giants.
Oh, well, that's fun. Look, you...
Really hungry storm giants.
Well, I won't eat you if you won't eat me. How's that?
No promises.
Scare them. I'm
Oh man, seriously? I just
this.
want to... I just want to get out of here,
No,
okay?
I'm just gonna open. Can I just
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can totally...
I was gonna say,
move step forward and
Francis
try
is
and
preparing to cast if something comes at us. But go ahead.
Okay,
like
so...
Mool's actively asking so can we just open the door, and then we'll step forward to go and try and do it and be like, is it locked? Like, are we...
So it takes about a minute
Yeah.
to cut away all of the sutures that are holding it shut.
Okay.
Oh, they're just gonna rip away. You take a minute to do it, and the door can then be pried open normally. As you are about to pry it open, you'll hear, okay, so can we just all agree to be cool?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, because I don't want any trouble, and you don't want any trouble, and yeah. I think it's really important that we don't judge people based on appearances.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm always saying.
Absolutely
Are you
agree.
in-
As you say that, you are going to open the door and see this creature directly on the other side. And it is, allow me to describe this for the listeners at home. This creature is a large size, so about 10 feet tall. It is a creature with, it is a bulbous body with 6 legs that kind of look like they're coming out of a crab, 4 bulging red eyes all on the side of its face, a hideous maw with a bunch of little hands sticking off the sides of it to grasp and pull into its maw, and even more so, along its awful gray-white flesh, if you look at its back, it looks like, you know how sometimes frogs give birth out of their backs? You've seen that, like the frogs that like have like, it has, instead of that, what look like 8 translucent blisters on its back full of human-sized brains. And as you open the door, one of its little mouth arms will go, and he goes, hi.
Hi.
Are the
Hi.
mouth arms like human-style arms with human-style hands at the end of them?
Oh my god.
No, they're like little pincers. They're like little 2-claw ones, but they're like little mouth claws.
That is somehow much better.
Yes,
So,
human hands would be so worse.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going? So my name's Jasper. Nice
Can
to
I just
meet you.
interject this
Hello.
right now? That is one ugly mug. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
I'm
man,
done.
we said we weren't going to judge based on appearances.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Wait a minute.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying what I'm seeing here.
Look, from my perspective, you're pretty ugly too, man.
Yeah, well, your
Not
mom.
wrong.
Yeah, from my perspective,
I
you're
don't
pretty
have a
ugly too,
mom, man. Don't be like that. That's specious.
Well, I get it. She probably laughed when she saw
No.
you.
What? No, I'm a Nethalgu. We don't have moms.
Bless you.
Aha! Now we know what you are.
Yeah, and you're an unfortunately birthed hobgoblin?
Yes, we'll go with that.
I mean, that's pretty accurate, actually.
What?
I mean, that's a gif. Or a gif.
People keep saying that, but good to know.
That's an astral elf. That's a
Oh, I thought you were a regular elf.
Right, yes.
Is that a plasmoid?
Yo, I thought you were a gelatinous cube, but not a cube shape.
I'm an ooze.
Oh, well, look, here's the deal. The Illithids were keeping me as a pet, which is, given that I'm a sentient creature, you know, who has my own opinions about law and order and the way that we do things about the world, I feel that, it's kind of, anyway, it was demeaning. But hey, now that I'm here, I just want to leave, okay? A little thing. I know that y'all have brains.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not particularly interested in them.
I do, sort of.
Okay.
So,
Even though you have some on your back,
oh yeah, I collected these.
but you're not interested in them.
Well, I mean, I'm interested in them, but you guys let me out of here. I don't need your brains. Like I collect the. This is. I am on a journey of self-betterment.
Can I insight check this thing, please, Kelly?
You absolutely can. Yes, make me an insight check.
Because this is amazing.
This is the small version of it, by the way.
Oh my god.
Horrible.
Oh no.
That's gonna be that plus 7 is a 19.
A 19? Okay. Very nervous, and it's kind of doing like this with its front mouth pinchers, like kind of doing that. Well, I just, really, I mean, like, okay, cards on the table, Cheshire. If you offered your brains to Jasper, Jasper would probably take them. That said, you know, how is that different than, like, you know, a lot of people who want to take advantage of you, you know? Like,
Okay.
It's nice to have someone who likes you for your mind. I'm just saying.
All right, so what I'm getting is you're not going to steal our brains.
Mm-hmm. I am not planning to. No, that is not. I don't want the plan to change either.
So you were not going to unconsensually take our brains.
Yes, no, and not the only place that would be
We should just let them go.
acceptable is if you tried to kill me and then you all died in the process and then your brains were just right there. You know, if they're just right there,
I mean, that makes sense to me.
right, because then consent's off the table. Like you've tried to kill me, right?
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm just trying to.
So what?
Do you just want to go with it?
What's the plan here?
Like my personal plan, or
Yeah.
just
Where are you gonna go? How are you gonna get out of here?
well, I don't know. I mean, how many dead people are there around, really? Because
There's a couple worms upstairs.
The worms are
oh,
fine.
those
Can you meet them?
guys. Oh, the Surlons.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Do they have brains intact?
I assume so. The little brain that we found
I
earlier
didn't check.
Well, I mean, they're psychic. They probably would.
didn't want it. Yeah. So I mean, they probably have brains. If you want to go eat their brains.
Oh,
I
that
don't
sounds
think
great.
I-
Not
Over
all
there?
of them.
There were 4.
Oh.
4. That's all I need
There
to
were
complete the
5,
set.
but one got
Oh.
real exploded.
Oh yeah, there's probably only 4
Oh.
brains.
Wait, to complete
Sorry.
the set, Jasper.
Oh yeah. I need 12.
Oh,
And
what
then
happens
what
when you
happened?
get 12?
Oh, then I get to go home.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there's sort of like some like, is this like like some kind of like fetch quest coming of age adventure?
I mean, it's a pilgrimage. I need to collect these brains in order to, kind of mature into my true self. You know, you ever? I mean, have you ever just tried to find yourself?
Right,
Well,
right.
I mean, my method is by consuming the brains of my my donors.
I have lost some of my pseudopods before. It was really
Right,
confusing.
right.
So it was
And-
like I
and
was
then-
there, but I wasn't.
I guess what I'm saying is I'm trying to collect these 12 brains, and once I get the brains, then I feel like I will have matured enough that I'll be ready to be a parent, I guess, and I kind of want to go home and just raise a family and
Aw.
the usual stuff.
Oh, that's
know.
so
So-
sweet.
Jasper, do you have any kind of pull at home with other? I assume there's other of your people.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm from the far realm, so
That means
yeah,
nothing to me.
I don't know
Well,
where
okay.
that is.
Picture a realm,
Mm-hmm.
and then just like
That's
push
far
it like,
away?
right off the table.
What does that look like?
Wonderful.
Okay, so
what does that mean?
It's pretty chaotic out there.
I don't understand.
But I mean, pull. I'm not gonna say I'm a big deal. Look, I haven't lied to you yet, so I don't think it's. You know what? I want to say I have potential. I have a lot. The older
Wonderful.
Nethalgus said that I had a lot of potential. And that I could consume as many brains as I set my heart to.
So,
Hey, Wrek,
so how?
didn't you say that you killed something else downstairs?
Yeah.
Well, there's probably another brain down there.
Oh,
Maybe not. There wasn't much left when I finished with it.
Okay, well, you can always go investigate.
You wrecked
So,
it.
Jasper, since we've let you out here, I'm going to presume that your kind have a tendency to be somewhat of a threat to people out here on, I believe it's called the Astral Sea.
yeah. I mean, you guys got brains. We want brains. We come into conflict sometimes.
Makes perfect sense. Can we perhaps give you the name of a ship, and if you can spread the word at any opportunity to have people avoid that ship as a
Oh.
thank you for us freeing you?
Well, I'll do my best. What's the ship name?
Christa's forgotten.
The Moon Dancer.
The Moon Dancer.
The Moon Dancer.
That's pretty easy to remember. Dancing Moon. That's a nice little visual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And obviously understandable that you're not going to stop all things from happening, but if you could spread the word and at least tell your children.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell them all the
Would you
great
tell
tales of the
them-
time I met some of my best friends. Trust me, you guys are treating me much better than the Illithids. Oh, they had this what? They used to taunt me
What?
with this little pet of theirs. What?
What are Illithids?
Mind flayers. They're humanoid creatures that have had little devouring slugs up their nose. He does that with a claw into his mouth and popped up their
Oh, no, that's
nose.
impressive.
They're like
Why wouldn't they just devour the worms?
Oh, because they use the bodies as like vessels. They take them over and then have you ever I don't know if you have any of the interdimensional like entertainment channels, but like Brain Flippers. Have you watched Brain Flippers?
No.
No.
What?
Okay.
I'm sorry, you
it's
said there was a pet?
yeah, there was
Yeah,
this
what is it?
this brain with feet, an intellect devourer.
Oh,
He
you
used
don't
to
know
wave
what
it at
it
me.
anymore.
Oh, really? Good.
Yeah.
That thing
Yeah,
was a
that's
little.
in here.
You
I was
don't.
gonna point to the devouring, like,
Oh well, son of a gun. You're right. It's right there. Huh.
Yeah, Mool kind of ate it.
I thought it would end up differently than it did.
Well,
I thought it would survive.
Oh, one of you took the captain's breastplate. Oh, that's going to be very useful for you.
What, in like a supernatural kind of way, or just as a money way?
It's all, I mean, come on, take a look at it right there.
Or just like a fashion kind of way?
Do you mind? Do you mind? I'll it's the least I can do.
Wrek? Do I mind what?
I was gonna look at it and appraise it for you.
Yeah, you can stay over there though and look at it.
Oh, sure, just hold it up. Oh, yep. That's magical, all right.
Did you just scan a barcode? What happened there?
I mean, there's a barcode right on the front, buddy.
Oh,
Of course there is.
Yeah. I mean, I just scanned the tentacles, really. I mean, it's a tentacode.
Fair enough. Okay, well, I think we're just gonna go downstairs and see if we can find anything of interest down there.
Yeah, totally. Well, downstairs is the prison area, if I remember correctly. And let me think. Is there anything down there that would be good for you that I know about? Not terribly much. I think that the gift that sealed me in here, just a phrase. I saw you perk up there with the ears. I said gith, like gith yonki or gith the razai.
Right.
Not gith. You know what? For operative terminology, if we come across each other again, I will do my best to endeavor to use the word jiff to describe you.
Wonderful. Means not to me.
Well, just it makes it more clear if the gith come up in conversation. Then you're obviously the jiff.
I'm not even sure how it's spelled, so I don't know what's correct. I'm guessing with a G in common.
Yes, a common G sounds good. I mean, my common's not great. I mean, it'll reach back and pat one of the brain sacs. I only learned common a few months ago, so
Well, your accent is great.
Wait, so do you absorb them and like? Do you keep them? Like, do you get information from them?
I mean, I get languages, basic opinions, voting patterns.
Fair enough.
So,
Certain habits.
down, like,
Data.
This one was a coupon collector, and I'm kind
giving
of.
me some things to think about.
This one wouldn't stop talking about various advertising things that she'd seen. It was weird.
Oh.
And also, password storage is nice. Having the offload that.
Fair enough.
I mean, come on, who wouldn't want some expandable memory, right? No? All right. Well, folks,
really, really useful.
it is pretty useful. Well, folks, I'm gonna mosey past you if you don't mind.
No. Feel free. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, it's not that I don't trust you to attack me, but, I am a hideous monstrosity, so, I'm just gonna...
Don't be so hard on yourself.
Thank you.
I get attacked on the regular by humanoids. I understand. They're really judgmental.
We should really form a union. We should really just...
We should.
Yeah. Well, all right. And with that... Yeah.
Brain's upstairs.
Oh,
I don't know how...
So...
There's a way to communicate. I was gonna say maybe we should become pen pals, but I realized that might be difficult. So, never mind.
Yeah. And you got nothing to fear. The only brain inside you looks like it's the one that's floating around in your gut.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'll get smarter.
It's not all it's cracked up to be. Trust me. And with that, I'll see you on the flippity flop. And he'll just vanish. And then you'll still hear him like walking through the space, but he's gonna go invisible. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. I don't want to step on your foot, sir. Please step back. Oh, it's no problem. Oh, my Lanta, look at all the dead people out here. Did you all do this or with me? Did you do this with me in mind? Oh, these aren't fresh. You're just gonna see like some of the bodies being like lifted up and shaken and then thrown across the room like rag dolls.
Oh my god.
They seem nice.
What a waste. You'll hear.
So we were.
What did we just unleash?
He seems nice.
I wouldn't use that word.
Okay, well, did we want to still check downstairs or what?
I mean, let's see what else is here. Maybe we'll find another friend.
Who knows? We've already found
I
one.
think we've
one that
had
you
enough
ate,
new friends today.
and then
Let's
We'll
get
have enough
hearts.
friends.
Hearts
Okay.
won't eat us.
All right. So with that, I need to ask, is anybody searching the human corpses for loot? The bloody, exploded human corpses?
No.
No.
Good.
Only if they are dressed particularly
But not
fancy.
any- I think Mul's gonna kick one and like look
Or
at
if
one
they
in
look like they're an
curiosity, and if
elf.
there's nothing fancy, it's just gonna move on and forget about the rest of them completely.
The one you kick is going to flop apart, and his arm is going to come off. And just go,
Oh, his arm's off.
and he's got like a really nice ring on.
Yeah, Mul's gonna pick it up and pick up the ring and be like,
Okay,
"And
the
I hand
finger
it to
comes
you.
right off when you pick up the ring.
Here, have a hand." We'll pass it to the closest person.
Thank you.
So, laying around the floor from
Oh, I
where
thought you were
Jasper
giving me
shook
a
them,
hand.
you'll be able to pocket 10 gold between you all
Mm.
without having to do too much investigation. You'll search the rest of the ship. There's not terribly much else here. After a long time of looking around, what you'll determine is that, let's see. What you'll determine is that there's a lot of corpses everywhere. In fact, down where Wrek had his encounter with what you'll determine as was something called a Korgoth, it appears that these worm creatures had infested the vessel, and the Korgoth was eating them as well. And taking a look at that, but a full search of the ship, top to bottom, and you're going to find all of the materials, the objects to go and fix the mangonel on the Moondancer. But besides that, there's really nothing else here. You give it a good check over. And that's not me DMing.
Sounds
That's
good.
Aside from that, you'll find like the food, the supplies, the ballista bolts, and all of that good stuff. Like, besides that, you've got the breastplate, which is a +1 breastplate with tentacle designs on it. So anybody who can use a breastplate may take that and use that.
I'm inclined to turn it over to the Moondancer captain as a
Yeah?
token of friendship.
Oh, damn. I'll see if she can use that. Okay, so with that, you'll scout the ship in its entirety and head back across, bringing over the food and 1 barrel of pickle brains, at least. And as you head back across, Captain Sartell will look over at you from across the way. You look a little bloodied, but nothing particularly bad.
I'm at like
Worms
4 hit
tried
points.
their brains, then a brain
worms
tried their brains, and then
The
something
brain
happened
didn't
with
try to eat people's brains. The brain was nice.
I'm
that
sorry,
brain
what?
specifically tried to
The
eat people's-
brain specifically did eat a.
Well,
I think it did eat mine, sort of.
Did we come across any ballista parts?
Yes, you did come across enough ballista parts to repair the ballista.
Wonderful. I'm going to take everything I can. Francis has a carrying capacity of 480 pounds.
Oh, damn.
So I'm going to take everything that I can notch together.
Nice. No, that works fantastic. So, I mean, it'll take you a bit of time to go back and make sure that it's because a lot of it's broken. You'll have to strap it together, and it's like carrying
Exactly,
bundles
yeah.
of twigs. But you can that, and once you get it cleaned up enough that like there is obviously like there's nothing dangerous on the ship. Some of the other crew will be able to go over, and like the Hattazi will go over and give a hand as well.
Cool.
So you'll have no problem gathering things. Captain Sartell takes a moment and looks you all over. And I'm glad you came through without any deeper scratches than that. Oh, you even brought parts to repair the ship. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything particularly interesting?
There's a big crab. Kind of looks like a giant lice.
over there. Perfectly pleasant, just don't offer it your brain, and it's great.
Giant lies.
They seem like a very friendly individual.
His name's Jasper. He's nice.
Understood.
Quite polite.
I shan't bother with that at all. Great. Well, as soon as the last things are up, we can resume our trip to the Rock of Brawl. Thanks for going over there. I appreciate it. I was worried I was going to have to negotiate or try to strong-arm you over to check it out. Sad that the spell jamming helm's not there,
adventure.
The spell jamming helm has a infestation.
I mean, it might be recoverable. It's just icky.
I see. Let me just confirm something. Are you speaking about a captain's chair or a free-floating chair?
Oh, captain's chair.
Captain's chair.
Slightly different things. You'll get used to it the longer you're out here. I promise.
Right.
All right. Well, if there's nothing particularly useful over there that you found, head back aboard. Let's go.
Just the
I
friends we
found
made
only-
along the way.
Deep emotional scars and a need to have a sponge bath.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what I would give for a pond.
Yeah, that sounds... well, the Rock of Brawl has plenty of places for you to clean yourselves up.
Heavenly.
Shall we? All right.
Yes, let's.
So I'm assuming that Wrek will give that breastplate at a later date. But as you hop on board, any last things that you're doing with the ship or Jasper or anything like that?
Mul's gonna stash the barrel of pickled brains somewhere out of the way so that hopefully people don't accidentally trip over it. Maybe next to their tub for when they're sleeping.
Sounds good. And, all right, as you board the ship, excited to get some rest and enjoy the rest of the voyage in peace. Well, the ship departs. At least it prepares to. Just as you're making ready to leave, a dark shape glides across the face of a nearby asteroid. Another ship. The new arrival resembles a giant spider, complete with long, delicate legs and web-like rigging. Starlight gleams off its metal hull as it creeps silently toward your vessel. "A night spider!" shouts Captain Sartell. "The Neogi were using this hulk as a bait and we've flown right into their web." Which is where we'll pick up next episode. But first, everybody hit level 6.
Oh!
Yay!
All right, so y'all can roll your hit points and do your building later. Reminder that 1s and 2s are test rolls.
Sounds good.
But let's go ahead. Let's do them in order. Amy, give me that D12.
It's gonna be I rolled an 11.
Damn straight you did. All right, Francis, what do we
Awesome.
got? Give me that D8.
I'm D8s. I've lost all my D8s. I gotta find them.
Well, you need to
Sorry,
go
I
on
had
a
a bunch
D8
ready.
and buy some more D8s.
There's one. Found one. That's an 8, baby.
Oh, beautiful. All right, Mike, give me that D8. Take me on a D8.
That looks a lot like a 2.
I think that's a reroll.
I could be mistaken though. Actually, it looks more like a 6.
I think it's a 6. All right, Millie, give me that D6. It's a D6.
Wait, is it a 6 or an 8 for
Is it
Warlock?
6 or 8 for Warlocks? I always forget.
8.
I know. I've never
8
played a
for
I think
Warlock.
it's an 8.
Warlocks.
Actually, it
that-
rolled an 8, and I have a Constitution modifier, so I have a total of an 11.
And finally,
yeah. God, you're ahead
Kat,
of me.
let's go on a
Jesus.
D8 as well.
All right, that looks like a 7 to me.
That's pretty damn
Kat is
good. All right.
9.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
9
So, folks,
total.
thank you so much for joining us for this adventure. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Did you guys have fun going through this vessel, even though it was a little?
Yeah, this was really lovely.
So the thing about
I had a
I
lot
already
of
missed my
fun.
brain friend.
So Jasper, he's meant to be an enemy. Like, you're supposed to be lured down there to get attacked by him. But here's the way it's written. I just want to say this right up. So the mess hall contains a Nithago. that it currently has 8 brains because it gets more powers, has more brains. It was being killed, or it was being kept as a pet. The Githyanki, it snuck past them using invisibility and was later trapped by the human pirates that had been on the vessel after it killed one of them. Because they will hunt if it's it's a monster. However, it pretends to be a human pirate named Jasper Graves if approached, and claims to have been trapped here by the aberrations that murdered the rest of the crew. However, if Bonotto is there with you, they have an argument about who's the real monster. But the thing is, I looked everything up about this, and the worm guys are like usually evil. These things are usually chaotic neutral. So the moment you were approaching, it's trapped there. You're like, it's probably a trap. He's like, well, shit. I was like, he's got an intelligence of 12. He's got a wisdom score that's not in the negatives. Okay, let's try to like reason with you.
Yeah.
And you get a cool character out of it.
That's way funnier, yeah.
It's way funnier for you to make friends with the ugliest creature I've seen in a D&D book in a long time.
And what is it called?
A Nethagu. A Nethagu. So, and I will, you can, so that's NEH dash TH NETHALGGU.
There is a way to spell that.
And I popped a link to its photo inside of the Twitch chat for anybody who wants to get a really nice look at it.
I mean, I do, but I also don't. But I do. Oh my goodness. Why did I click that?
But that's your friend now, right? Like, don't judge people based on how they look. Tana.
Uh-huh.
All right.
It's too late. Tana's an astroloph. This is how
I
it goes.
really wanted to have a spooky a pen pal.
I mean,
well.
You know what? We could attempt to get Jasper to write their name in a book.
I'll allow that retroactively.
Amazing. Sending pals.
Oh my god, yes.
Let's do sending pals. You can contact Jasper.
It may take a lot of convincing, but
hey,
also
if Jasper hasn't left the boat yet
in another plane, so
yep.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll say that you were doing that while everyone was unloading the ship. You were like, "Hey, Jasper, can you sign your name in this book?"
Amazing.
Yeah, no problem.
Just as the other boat arrives,
out there to be like, "Hey, I need you to sign a thing."
Perhaps we'll have a friend.
You're gonna have a friend. Indeed, next episode, which will be back in 2 weeks. So folks, don't go anywhere. Just sit patiently and wait for our next episode for 2 weeks in your chair, and it will eventually come. Players, thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. We've got another 9 episodes to go before the end, so I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. A quick thank you though to all of you here on Twitch who have come and watched, and all of you on YouTube who are watching as well. Be sure to leave comments, be sure to leave reviews, like this video, any follows or subs are greatly appreciated, and a big thank you to our supporters over on patreon.com/dorktales, where we are nearing like 105 patrons, maybe more at this point. We are nearing additional campaigns, including the Radiant Citadel ran by Robin, and a Mage of the Ascension of the Technocracy game ran by our good friend Jen. So if you want to help make those things happen, definitely crank our numbers up at 115 and 125 patrons. Those are going to start going into production and will be available for our patrons and eventually everyone else. I want to do a big thank you to Shulton, the world builder, my world building royal patron, as well as DM Michael Gray, the great and benevolent, who is my divine patron, divine producer, as well as my demonic producers, Soul Omen and Precarious, who I see right in the chat right now. Good to see you, both lovely people. And finally, the princes of the Patreon, which began with Taryn, the Dork Tales OG, and were later followed by Trizelta, Amberthist, Buddy, Cubby Gummy, Aeolus, and the Traveler. You're all phenomenal people. Thank you so much for helping dreams come true. And nightmares, thanks to Jasper. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I'm never going to sleep again. Goodbye.